Tonight, two districts 15 minutes apart meet head-on at Montour High School as the visiting South Fayette Lions battle the Spartans on our Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine on KDKA+.
I can feel the eye of a hurricane. It's calm now, but I know that it's bound to change. My heart beats, I'm about to black out. So watch out. There ain't no going back now. 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 Get ready to brawl. Get ready to brawl. Get ready to brawl!
We welcome you high above Thomas J. Burko Memorial Stadium on the campus of Montour High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting South Fayette Lions and the Montour Spartans. Hi, everyone, and welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside former Pitt and Penn State linebacker Johnny Patrician. Johnny, great to be with you. Hannah Mears, a third member of our crew from the sideline, will join us in just a little bit. But, Johnny, these two teams are very familiar with each other despite being in separate conferences. South Fayette in 5A, Montour in 4A. Very close rivals in proximity.
Yes. Although they are close in proximity, that doesn't mean the rivalry has been close. As of late, South Fayette has won the last 5 meetings, including last year's matchup, 20-19. But tonight is going to be a high-powered offense battle between these two offenses that both average at least 36 points a game.
Now, who are some of the high-impact guys on the offensive side of the ball for both teams that you're looking out for?
Well, first off, for South Fayette, I'm looking forward to seeing Nate Deans, the running back. He's a do-it-all, workhorse-type running back. They get him the ball from Wildcat, from screens and handoffs. He's number 2 in all of 5A in total touchdowns. The South Fayette Lions truly have a lion in their backfield.
Now for Montour, it all starts under center.
You know, for Montour, a lot of teams say that they have a dual-threat quarterback, but Montour has a true dual-threat quarterback. And by saying that, I mean he leads their team literally in passing yards and both rushing yards. He has 7 total touchdowns on the year so far. He does it all. He's going to be throwing it all over the lot tonight, and I'm excited to see it.
Nate Deans and Jake Wolf, some of the critical players on the South Fayette and Montour side. Now, what is the keys to victory on both ends?
For the keys to the game, presented by Nick Chevrolet. Before you buy, give Nick a try. Located right up on Route 28. I got my truck from them, and I'm going to get my next one there too. For South Fayette, it's simple. They have to win the time of possession battle. They got to play their game, run the ball, have slow, long drives to keep Montour's explosive offense on the sideline. And secondly, for their role players, who's going to step up for Michael Lamondi? Is it going to be Dominic Mons or Michael Gimigliano? Somebody needs to give Nate Deans some help. As for Montour, they have to play complementary football, and by that I mean offense and defense has to show up. For the first 2 games, their offense has been spectacular, but their defense has yet to show up. They're going to need to show up big time tonight to stop South Fayette. And secondly, they have to stop the run. If Montour can stop and slow down Nate Deans, they're going to have a high chance of success tonight. They have to win on early downs and put South Fayette in 2nd and 3rd and long situations to make Lamondi throw the ball downfield.
It's week 2, game number 3 of the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine, and it's coming up next on KDKA+.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
going to catch him.
Put it all on the line, put it all on the line. I know it's the time. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Come on, oh, let's go, oh, let's go.
Welcome back to Montour High School. Listen to the third member of our crew on the sideline, Hannah Mears. Hannah?
JP, you mentioned South Fayette dominating this matchup. Well, Montour's head coach, Lucero, told me in order to flip that narrative tonight, they're going to have to prevent South Fayette from making splash plays. When it comes to South Fayette, head coach Joe Rossi told me he knows when they play Montour, it's nip and tuck and good football, and this is going to be Coach Ciro's best squad out here tonight in a while. And of course, the Montour Maniacs behind me, they're creating a hostile environment. It's the Steelers Showcase game of the week as well. Anthony McFarland Jr. is here, so expect this atmosphere to be amplified.
All right, thank you, Hannah. And right off the opening kickoff, Montour was set to get it, but fumbled it away at the 25-yard line as the ball went right out of the hands of the Montour player. Did not go all the way back deep to the 10, and South Fayette was able to recover with great field position at the 26-yard line for quarterback Nico Lamondi, the senior, 6'1", lines up in the shotgun. High snap, and he hands it off. Nate Deans, the running back, moves towards the near side of the field and goes from the right side, far side hash to the near side hash. Picks up a couple yards on the play. Really good gain on first down. Will set up second down and 3, Johnny.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in pregame. Nate Deans is the key to this whole offense, and let's see if they capitalize with him on the early sudden change in this game.
Omondi in the shotgun. A little bit of a high snap again. Deans on the run. Breaks it back inside. Deans loses the football, and Montour looks to have gotten it. Less than a minute in, and we have 2 turnovers in the game as Montour gets it right back after fumbling it on the opening kickoff.
Well, we said pregame this was going to be a fun, exciting matchup, but we did not expect 2 turnovers in the first minute.
And when we talked to the coaches, a lot of the emphasis was minimizing splash plays. 2 turnovers already in just over 30 seconds.
A rare mistake by Nate Deans. He's their do-it-all workhorse running back. I know that's not how he wanted to start the game.
So after Deans coughs it up, it brings out the Montour offense. 2-0 under head coach Lucero this year. Jake Wolf, the starting quarterback, 6'2", 195-pound senior. Lines up in the shotgun. 3 receivers right side, 2 to the left. Wolf looks to the sideline, pass is caught and falling right near the numbers on the play. Reception made by Caleb Platts, the tight end, a junior at 6'2", 225 pounds. Gain of only about 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 8. As we take a look at the starting lineups for Montour, including some of the main key contributors on offense, Daniel Batch, Keno Fitzpatrick, A.J. Alston, the wide receiving core. Wolf once again in the shotgun, likes to run with it. He'll take off up the middle, lots of running room. Wolf past the 25, past the 30, still going past defenders to the 39-yard line. Good enough for a Montour first down.
Austin, I love the approach so far for this Lucero offense. Montour has started the game in an empty set, and by that I mean there's no running back in the backfield. They have 5 wide receivers out wide. That tells me that Montour likes the advantage they have with their skill players versus South Fayette's.
Caden Hallijoe, the running back, main running back for Montour. Not seen him yet as Wolf pumps. Escapes once again past the 40-45 near midfield and gets into South Fayette territory. Good enough for another first down. Gets 12 on the play to the 49 of the Lions.
And with the empty set that I just spoke about, that is another one of the advantages, is that everybody is spread out of the box. And there's really just one linebacker left, which leaves Wolf open one-on-one versus in the open field.
And every time we've seen this empty formation, now 4 wide receivers lined up on the far side of the field, 1 receiver near side, that's Daniel Batch, the leading receiver. Wolf has time, throws it across the middle, pass is caught. Past the 40, 35, making a man miss. And moving with positive yardage is Keno Fitzpatrick. Once again, a Montour first down, moving very well on this South Fayette defense.
They're heating up and they're moving with momentum. I think that's 3 consecutive first downs in a row, Austin.
And on the defensive side for South Fayette, a couple players to watch. Matt Boyce, 5.5 sacks on the year. Shane Berger, one of their defensive tackles. Travis Watkins, the middle linebacker. manning the defense. Nate Deans, the running back who coughed it up, also plays strong safety. Once again, Wolf stands alone in the shotgun. Quick pass. That's caught. Batch makes a man miss. Spins his way past the 25-yard line. Won't be a first down this time, but good enough for 9 to set up second down and short.
And Austin, you can see that Montour is just slowly marching down the field with these short, quick passes. They're getting Jake Wolf some confidence and momentum going down the field. If South Fayette's going to sit deep in that zone, Montour can just pick them apart.
3 receivers far side of the field, 2 near side, including Batch. Wolf on second down and 1. Plenty of time to throw deep, and he does. Pass to Sticks, another first down. This one goes to Batch as he spun out of bounds on the play by Noah Knox, the cornerback, senior at 6 foot. But another grab for Batch, who Lucero called their home run receiver, to pick up another first and move into the red zone. Similar formation for Montour. Quarterback Jake Wolf entered today 26 of 41 for 387 yards and 5 touchdown passes. Looks middle of the field, wide open man, but it's incomplete off the hands of Keno Fitzpatrick. He would have walked into the end zone.
Jake Wolf did a perfect job reading that blitz by South Fayette. South Fayette brought both middle linebackers up the middle, and Jake Wolf had to get it away quickly, and he put it right on the money. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to be brought in.
So second down and 10 at the South Fayette 14-yard line. 9:01 remains in this first quarter of play. This is the first sustained drive as Montour fumbled the opening kickoff, and then Nate Deans gave it back a couple of plays later, deep in Montour territory. Now the Spartans are threatening. Wolf in the shotgun. Same formation as last. The flag is thrown as Wolf is buried to the ground. Multiple defenders collapse in, including Travis Watkins, the middle linebacker.
South Fayette ran the exact same blitz again, and this time they got home getting to Wolf. That's exactly what they needed to slow down the momentum of this drive.
Talon Mazenko also in on the sack. And a sideline warning ruled against Montour. And the flag on the play, which did not hear the official ruling, will move the ball back now to the 21. So it'll be third down and long. Montour needs to get to the South Fayette 4-yard line to pick up a first down. Halajo's first time in the backfield, standing to the left of Wolf. Tight end Platts also lines up on the left side of the formation. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. That's Batch. Wolf with time, steps up, tries to escape. Feeling the rush, running far side, still looking for a man downfield. Now he's going to take off with it. Wolf spins his way to the 10-yard line. Is not going to be nearly enough to get a first down, about 6 yards short. I wonder if it's decision time for Lucero here, if he'll kick it or go for it, and it looks like the special teams unit is coming on the field.
You know, in my eyes, that's a win for South Fayette. Montour was able to march down the whole field, but that defense slowed him down in the red zone. So, best case scenario, they hold him to a field goal here.
Matt Marcinko, the senior kicker, also does the punting duties for Montour, is out to attempt a 27-yard field goal from the left hash. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. High kick. And the kick is good. The first points on the board. A 27-yard field goal by Matt Marcinko as Montour takes a 3-0 lead here on KDKA+.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 5 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GB Life.
What does it do?
It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends.
What's so great about that?
My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GB Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more.
Oh.
You might be interested in a GB Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Why call 2 men in a truck? If you're like Joe, you need to move your business without moving a single meeting. The word stop isn't in your vocabulary. You want it handled with no hitches, no glitches, and no sweat. That's why you call 2 men in a truck.
2 men in a truck.
Panera's You Pick 2 means when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery. Both yous win big. You pick 2 and get more. Cater your next event with Panera.
And a 27-yard field goal puts Montour on the board first after a 10-play, 75-yard drive, methodically moving down the field, led by Jake Wolf, finding Batch numerous times on that drive, Johnny, for the first points of the game.
You know, Batch is usually their deep ball threat. He's usually the guy running the go routes and the post routes. But on that drive, it was clear that Montour's agenda was to pick him apart slowly and steadily. And they did exactly that, leading to a field goal.
So South Fayette will get the ball back after a fumble on their opening drive. Got the ball in good field position after Montour fumbled the opening kickoff. 7:44 to go here in the first quarter of play. Montour leads it 3-0. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside Johnny Patrician. Hannah Mears on the sideline here in our Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine here on KDKA+. Marcinko will kick it away, as Noah Knox and Nate Deans are back, and a good kickoff deep into the end zone for a touchback. As let's take a look at the South Fayette offense, which will start at the 20-yard line, led by Nico Lamondi, 17 of 25 on the year entering today's game, 282 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He's not thrown an interception so far this year, 68% completion percentage, and a good amount of weapons. Dom Mons, their leading receiver, Noah Knox, Michael Gimigliano as well, senior wide receiver at 6'2". Shotgun formation for Lamondi, sends Deans out to the right. Looks back near side, and the pass is caught. That's Gimigliano. Makes a man miss past the 30-yard line, spins out of bounds, a flag thrown late. And we'll see what it's for. Would be good enough for a first down at about the 32-yard line. Dylan Rogers forced them out of bounds. We'll check the penalty. Holding penalty called on South Fayette will negate the first down.
To echo your point, though, Austin, you're right. South Fayette has a plethora of weapons, and as well as Montour. So it's really going to be the battle of the skilled players tonight, and that's the reason why both these teams are such high-scoring offenses.
Yeah, splash plays are going to be critical, and who can pull off the most. Lamondi in the shotgun has Deans to his left. Looks near side. There's Gimigliano again, past the 20. Makes a man miss to the 26. Gets the penalty yardage back, and about 4 yards tacked on, maybe 5. He'll put it at the 26-yard line. Set up second down and about medium. Marcus Battles makes the tackle. A part of that Montour defense that its main focus in this game is to stop the run. Being able to contain Nate Deans, Talon Mazanko at the running back position. Second down and 4. Lamondi back in the shotgun. 3 receivers wide up, far side of the field. Deans the back. As they swing it out. Pass is caught. That's Mazanko, rather. Makes a man miss past the 35, the 40. Down at about the 41, 42-yard line. Picks up the first down. As rather Dom Mons, my apologies, is the one that makes the reception. Was lined up in the backfield, the wide receiver, and moves the chains.
I really like that play concept there. They put Deans out at wide receiver and Mons at running back, and basically used Deans as a decoy to get Mons the ball in the open field.
2 receivers line up near side. Tight end on the line of scrimmage as well as Watkins. Lots of time for Lamondi. Looking deep down the field, has a man. Jump ball, incomplete. Gimigliano was looking for a flag, but it was broken up. Good play by Marcus Battles, the junior 5'9" corner, going up against the 6'2" Gimigliano.
Well, that was the first deep shot of the game, and you know you can't ask for more than that. They had a one-on-one with Mons down there, and South Fayette threw it up, hoping to get their receiver a chance.
Sets up second down and 10, ball at the 41-yard line of the Lions. Similar type formation, 2 receivers line up near side, 1 far side. Handoff goes up the middle, and not much running room at all. Trying to push the pile forward to the line of scrimmage as Nate Deans doesn't really get anything. Maybe a loss of a half a yard on the play, and it'll set up 3rd and long. Elijah White in on the tackle for Montour.
That brings up third down.
Caleb Platt, the junior at 6'2", 225, middle linebacker position, also up there to make the tackle.
He's a really tough player. They use him on offense and defense. He does all the dirty work. Leading tackler and has a lot of key blocks on offense.
3rd down and 10, needing to get into Montour territory to pick up a first down. High snap for Lamondi. Lots of time. Pass middle of the field is incomplete. And a flag is thrown. It looked like it was a little late from Nico DeMichael as he was trying to break up the play and see if that is indeed the case.
Yeah, Austin, I think DeMichael got there a tad bit too early.
And it is pass interference on Montour, which will set up a first down.
That's huge. Bails South Fayette out on 3rd and long to move the chains.
Well, let's go now to the sidelines and Hannah Mears. Hannah?
Yeah, guys, a name you're hearing a lot tonight is Michael Gimigliano, and that's because Coach Rossi said he's a tough mismatch for people. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, great hands, runs good routes, and they want to find ways to utilize him. Most importantly, he studies hard and is always on the jugs machine. He asked if he could come in early all summer long, and he started a pattern. Soon there were 2 kids and then 10 kids, and that's the leadership he shows and the kind of kid that wants to work on his craft constantly.
Leadership mentality from the senior as Deans runs past the 40, makes a man miss, spins towards a first down. Got 11 yards on 1st and 10, ball at the 44 as after the penalty moved into Montour territory, and now South Fayette with a good methodical drive.
The run play right there is one of their favorite bread and butter run plays. They love counter, they love split zone, and that was a perfect example of split zone, getting Deans there out on the outside.
Quickly to the line, Lamondi in the shotgun, no one back there with him, and a flag is thrown, signaling a false start right before the snap. And he'll back the ball up to the 38. And Lamondi also a good runner, 98 rushing yards coming into today. Don Mons, one of the leading receivers, 7 catches, 122 yards, 3 touchdowns, also a 2-point conversion to his name this season throughout the first 2 games. South Fayette started the year at Chartiers Valley, a 42-14 victory to conclude the month of August, only game in August. And then West Allegheny, the opponent, 31-14 at South Fayette Stadium. First home game of the year for the Lions. This is their 2nd road game of the season, starting out at 2-0. Lamondi in the shotgun sends Deans to his left and now pitches it to him. Deans with nowhere to run. Montour stuffs it out right away. Nico DeMichael, who had the pass interference call, comes up from his linebacker position to make the stop for a loss.
That's a big-time play there on defense. They needed a momentum stopper right there to get South Fayette behind the chains.
2nd down and 18.
So Nino DeMichael helped set up 2nd down and 18. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. 3-0 Montour. Shotgun for Lamondi. Another high snap. Has time. Rush starting to pressure in on him. Pass deep down the field. It's caught. Spinning towards the 10-yard line. A great grab made deep down the field. And it will set up 1st down and goal after the deep reception on the play.
Aiden Martinkic.
Noah Knox, it looks like, rather. The big play, senior 6 foot, 165-pound receiver is the one that sets it up.
You're right, that was 15, not 18.
So South Fayette goes quickly to the line, and they hand it off to Deans. Nothing there on 1st down, and will lose a yard. But as you mentioned, Johnny, a huge play to be able to move South Fayette now inside the 10.
That's really the first big chunk play of the game we've seen so far. South Fayette is the first to really crack the seal on this high-scoring game that we anticipated. As I mentioned in pregame, both these teams average over 36 points a game, so it's unlikely there to only be scored 3 points so far throughout the first quarter.
2nd down and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. 2 receivers near side, also tight end. Travis Watkins on the left side of the formation with Deans the back. Option play, keeping it is Lamondi up the middle. Lamondi, 3, 2, 1, goal line. No signal yet as Lamondi was stretching towards the goal line, and it looks like he's going to be marked just about short.
Brought down by number 60, Dante Barrett.
Dante Barrett made the tackle. Lamondi goes under center. Quarterback sneak. Push forward into the end zone for the South Fayette touchdown. 1 yard out. Nico Lamondi scores to give the Lions the lead.
Lamonde was great on that drive, throwing it, passing it, and capping it off by pushing himself in the end zone with the help of his running back and his offensive line.
So South Fayette answers the strong drive of their own after Montour put up 3 points on the board after a 27-yard field goal. Lamonde punches it in. Now the extra point from Tyler Nicholson is up and good. 7-3. South Fayette leads Montour with 3:29 to go here in the first quarter of play on the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine.
Pittsburgh. Its long and proud heritage is beautifully preserved in the awe-inspiring buildings that surround it. In the places where we live, where we worship, and where we play, one company has been awarded the challenge of restoring all that great heritage for nearly 75 years. Mariani and Richards, restoring the heritage, preserving the pride.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already.
Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Fermanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Welcome back on KDKA Plus. Did you take a look at the South Fayette Lion mascot? All excited as the Lions took the lead on the last possession. A drive that lasted 5 minutes and 36 seconds for Nico Lamonde to score on a 1-yard touchdown. And the crazy thing about it is the scoring drive for Montour, the 27-yard field goal, 10 plays, 75 yards, took 5 minutes, 35 seconds, a 1 second difference in the scoring drives.
Very similar, Austin, but South Fayette was able to get a touchdown, and Montour was only able to get a field goal. That's a big difference in this game.
Keno Fitzpatrick takes the kickoff back to about the 29-yard line where Montour will set up first down and 10 on their second drive of the game. Was able to score on the first one.
Well, on their first drive, they were in an empty set the whole way down the field. Let's see if they keep that same strategy here.
Yeah, we did not see much of Caden Hallijoe. Over 130 yards rushing and a touchdown throughout the first 2 games of the season. Wolf lines up in the shotgun. And he hands it off. Running up the middle and a good gain near the sticks. Might be good enough for a first down as Marcus Battles carries it. A backup running back behind Hallijoe.
He looked pretty shifty there.
He did. Very strong run. Also plays cornerback.
I think he's going to be getting some more carries.
First down at the 39, very close to the 40. Shotgun for Wolf. 3 receivers line up near side. Battles remains the back. Design quarterback run for Wolf. Has a lot of running room. Past midfield. Wolf, 45-40. Tackled out of bounds right near the 35-yard line of South Fayette. And another splash play for the Montour offense.
Well, for the Montour coaching staff, it tells you how much they believe in Jake Wolf by how many design runs they give him. They call on his number to throw the ball downfield and also design runs up the middle and outside on the edge. He can do it all.
And it's a quick, up-tempo offense as well that wants to get on the line very quickly as Battles carries this one up the middle. Lots of running room, shifty moves to the 30-yard line is where he's stacked up. Gain of 6 yards on first down. It'll set up second down and about 4.
Well, so far it's the same theme that we saw last drive. They moved and marched right down the field but stalled out in the red zone. They need to capitalize here.
Nate Deans made the tackle defensively for the Lions. Ball at the 30. Wolf in the shotgun. Has plenty of time. Now looks to escape. Pass downfield and throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. Nearest man was Caleb Platts, the tight end.
Smart play by Wolf. Didn't see anything there, didn't want to force anything. Just throw it out of bounds and live to see another day.
Jake Wolf, who's also one of the best basketball players in the school at Montour. And Coach Zero said one of the best athletes on the team, one of the best athletes in the entire district and the school, as he's another leader at quarterback, just like Nico Amandi, both seniors, over 6 foot as well. Tall one can move. Wolf on 3rd down and 5. Low snap. Moves past the 30. Now past the 20. Lots of running room for Wolf. Past the 10 is where he's upended. Inside the 10. Down to around the 9-yard line. Good for a first down on 3rd and 5.
And there's another example of the empty set having success. And it's so hard on defense because all of your backs are to the quarterback when you're in man coverage with an empty set. You have too many threats at receiver out there and nobody to really stay home and worry about the quarterback running.
And you can just tell his vision is just so strong as well, knowing when to run, knowing when to throw it, and what lane to take as well.
Very true.
Now lines up with 2 running backs in the backfield with him. They give it to Batch rather, on the near side. Batch spins his way to about the 5-yard line. So Daniel Batch gets about 3 yards on the play. Gamigliano makes the tackle.
I like how Montour tries to get their athletes the ball in space, no matter if it's through the air or via handoff. Batch is usually a deep ball guy as a receiver, but there they gave him the ball out of the backfield.
Shotgun again. The handoff goes to Alston. Alston looking to go far side of the field, but South Fayette's got it. All swarmed out. Good read by the defense of the Lions to sniff that play out and not let Montour get anywhere with it for a loss of about 4 yards.
Let it be noted, that's a great play by Michael Gamigliano, the successful receiver making some plays on defense. He didn't make the tackle in the backfield, but he slowed down the runner enough to make a bow angle in the backfield to let the pursuit and his help come help.
Similar type of formation. Howell lines up behind Wolf. Wolf looking near side of the field, passes just out of the reach of A.J. Alston, incomplete. 4th down and goal with the 9, and the kicking team is coming on again.
Austin, pretty much football 101. If you get in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns.
Touchdowns, not field goals. And the second time that Montour, once you get inside the red zone, is going to attempt one. It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Matt Marcinko. The senior kicker on a good snap, good hold, and the kick is up and good once again. So 2 yards closer. Marcinko once again boots it through. 7-6. South Fayette maintains the lead after stopping Montour in the red zone.
That's huge. You know, we got both 2-0 teams here coming in tonight. Something's got to break, Austin.
Yeah, Montour so far this season, a win at Mars, 37-28. Both teams undefeated, as we said. And then at Moon last week, a 35-21 victory against the Tigers. Moon, a team that finished the year 1-9 last year, won their last game of the season on the road at Baldwin. After this game against South Fayette, Montour will hit the road again and visit the new Heinz Field at Aliquippa. That's let's send it now down to the sideline at Hannah Mears.
Yeah, guys, it's also the Steelers High School Football Showcase Game of the Week, and running back Anthony McFarland Jr. is on the sidelines. I asked him what he misses most about high school football. He said the whole Friday Night Lights game, the bus rides, those moments you never forget. It didn't hit me until I got here. There's nothing like it. Every time you step out on the field, these players need to remember, play like it's your last and never give up on your dreams. As for Sunday and what we can expect from the Pittsburgh Steelers, he said we're looking to win, guys.
Very excited for it, Hannah, as the Steelers will host the San Francisco 49ers to begin the NFL season. Kickoff is away, and another good one at that bounces in the end zone for a touchback back to the 20-yard line as Montour has come up with just field goals. Johnny South Fayette has been able to punch it in for the only touchdown of the game, and with 26 seconds to go left in this first quarter of play,
Yeah, Austin, all week we've talked about the two offenses and how explosive they are. But so far, South Fayette's red zone defense is the one stepping up as the X factor tonight.
Very critical, and a lot of guys that play both sides of the ball helping their own cause. Lamondi in the shotgun. Sends Deans out to the right. Looks that way, now comes back to Gamigliano. Past the 25, Gamigliano trying to break a tackle but can't. Pushes his way forward to about the 30-yard line, but was wrapped up well by Nino DeMichael.
I love the misdirection there. Fake the swing pass to Deans and throw it back to the tunnel screen to Gamigliano.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Does not look like South Fayette will get a play away as the clock runs out on this first quarter of play. 7-6. The South Fayette Lions on the road lead the Montour Spartans here in our Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine on KDKA+.
Are you an aspiring entrepreneur, a dreamer with a passion for success? With Koza Law Group, your journey starts now. Whether you're dreaming of a small startup or envisioning a global empire, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Starting a business shouldn't be scary. It's about embracing the spirit of innovation, taking calculated risks, and believing in your potential to make a difference. We are more than just legal advisors. We are redefining legal services. Contact us today to experience the Koza Law difference.
Here at Lowe, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Lowe is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
I'm Andy Sheehan. I'm the lead investigator with KDKA Investigates. I live in Pittsburgh. I've raised my kids here. For decades now, I've worked trying to uncover wrongs. We looked at the quality of water here. We found dangerous levels of lead in the water. We dug further. The city's water authority took action. And today, they have replaced more than half of the lead service lines throughout the entire city of Pittsburgh. We uncover a problem, we get answers, positive change for you and your family.
Welcome back to Montour High School. South Fayette and Montour here in the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. Glad to have you alongside as we begin the second quarter of action. I'm Austin Bexel, joined alongside Johnny Patricia and Hannah Mears on the sideline. Let's take a look at Anthony McFarland, the Steelers running back, on the sideline today, part of the Steelers High School Football Showcase, which the Steelers have done every year to showcase local high school football games and the best action in the Whippeal. Lamondi in the shotgun. Empty backfield once again. Three receivers lined up near side, two far side. Ball to 29. Design quarterback run. Lamondi, far side of the field, is run out of bounds.
13, Nico Lamondi keeps it himself.
Batch is the one that forced them out. Only a short gain on the play. But it is good enough for a first down. Ball at the 32 of South Fayette. They bring Deans into the backfield, standing next to Lamondi to his right. Tight end Watkins also in the backfield as he sets up the block for Deans, who goes up the middle. Deans pushes the pile forward. Good gain of about 6 yards on the play to the 39.
That's their favorite run play, Austin, that I talked about last drive for them. The split zone read when their tight end is across on the opposite side as Deans, and he can come across the formation to block the defensive end.
Got 5, second down and 5. Did not look like South Fayette was set up on that play as the quick pass went out to Deans near side of the field, but it's going to come back. There were 3 guys there. They were trying to set up blockers for Deans, but right away it did not seem like, I think it was maybe Aiden Martinsik was the one that did not get set in time. See, the illegal shift now backs up South Fayette.
You know, Austin, they tried to line up quickly because they put Deans out at wide receiver. They wanted to get the ball to him as a screen pass out there, and they wanted to line up quickly so that Montour didn't catch on to it to make it too obvious they were going to the ball with him.
Yeah, and it would have worked out for a first down, too.
It would have.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball placed on the 34. Deans now returns to the backfield with Amandi. He stands to his right and now whistles, signaling a South Fayette timeout. First timeout used by either team. 7-6, South Fayette leads as we want to thank our sponsors here for the Steel City High School Football Showcase. UPMC Sports Medicine, Allegiant, GBU Life, 2 Men in a Truck, Koza Law Group, Special Olympics of Pennsylvania, Leeway Athletics, Ready, LaRoche University, Marini and Richards Incorporated, Washington and Jefferson College, The Waterfront, Panera Bread Catering, and Allegheny College. We thank you for being a part of our broadcast here in 2023. So 2nd down and long. 11:15 remains in this second quarter of play. It was a really fast start to the game, Johnny, as the student section for Montour loved it when, well, not so much when they fumbled the opening kickoff, but when they got it back on the Nate Deans fumble. And since that, we saw Montour drive down the field, kick a field goal, South Fayette respond, and then on the opposite end, Montour once again not able, after getting in the red zone, to punch it in for 6, but rather 2 field goals to make it a 1-point game.
You're right, Austin. We expected this to be a back-and-forth game, so let's see which defense can step up and get a stop.
Well,
that's going to tell the tale tonight.
Yeah, throws far side, and it definitely will, as the pass is completed on the far side of the field to Migliano, who's been his really favorite target so far tonight.
He's been all over the field on offense and defense.
And we do expect to see a lot of big chunk plays, scoring plays that we've already seen so far. It's really lived up to the hype of a rivalry game. 5A South Fayette, 4A Montour. 3rd down and 5. Quick pass caught. Good enough for a first down as Noah Knox pushes his way past the 45 to the 46 and moves the chains.
You know, I really wish Montour could have been more aggressive there defensively. They gave about a 7 or 8 yard cushion on 3rd and 5. So South Fayette's mindset is, let's just run a 5-yard route and we'll take the first down.
Well, Mondi's pass is incomplete. Looking for Migliano. So to bring up 2nd down and 10, and we've seen Migliano line up pretty much on that side, the left side of the formation a lot. And they've really liked to target him on that side. It seems like the strong side for Lamonti to throw to on that side of the field as well.
Yeah, I like to think they're getting him isolated over there in the boundary so they can get short passes to him, 5-yard out, hitches, comebacks.
Another high snap. This one's caught by Knox. And after making one guy miss, we'll go out of bounds.
Keno Fitzpatrick, great pursuit there. Was able to read the play and diagnose it really quickly.
Caleb Platts on the tackle. It'll set up 3rd down and long. Needing to get into Montour territory to pick up a first down. 3rd and 10 at the 46. South Fayette trying to get Montour to jump, and it looks like that is the case. As it looks like Alex Dush moved early on the defensive line and jumped into the neutral zone.
Well, that'll about split the difference. It would have been nice to get a free play, though, if they could have snapped the ball in time.
I definitely don't see that as often in compared to college, the NFL, a ton of free plays. So 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers lined up to the near side of the field. Deans is the back. And Migliano lined up far side, one-on-one coverage. Lamondi looking that way, now has to escape. Lamondi deep down the field, pass is caught, tiptoes the sideline. Noah Knox has got it. Good enough for a first down at the 33.
Noah Knox did a great job there of running. Once he saw his quarterback scrambling, get outside the pocket, you got to come to the quarterback or run from the quarterback. And he ran from the quarterback right up the sideline and lost his defender in the process.
And Lamondi was A wide open man there, Knox. See, as you mentioned, Johnny, just really got past everybody. They lost him in coverage.
You can only cover for about 4 or 5 seconds. After that, the defensive backs aren't responsible for that. It's really hard.
Especially escaping out of the pocket, too, and things start to break down. Can be a little bit difficult. So shotgun again for Lamondi. Quick pass. That one's caught. And staying in bounds is Martinsik. He steps out at the 21.
Great effort there by Martinsik to get some extra yards after contact.
Knox was able to get to the 31 on the last play. So this 10-yard pickup is good for another first down. And a good fight there from Knox at the very end of it to get that extra yard. Lamondi, far side of the field. Pass is caught. Looking to try to make a man miss, but Dom Mons not able to do so. Wrapped up right away defensively. Good play by A.J. Alston.
Looks like they're going empty set here on the fringe red zone.
3 wide receivers line up near side. Lamondi, middle of the field, pass is caught. Deans gets to about the 14 before he's brought down on the play by Platts.
South Fayette putting their athletes in space. I love that they let Deans run an option route there and read the leverage of the defender. If he's outside, he breaks inside. If he's inside, he breaks outside. And he cut right inside and was able to get positive yardage.
3rd and 2. Pass is caught by Mons. Makes a man miss. Dives for the pylon and steps out of bounds at the 2. Quick play to the far side of the field for Mons. Used his speed and elusiveness to get inside the 5 and just about scored.
I love the fastball. And what I mean by that is after they got the first down, they hurried up to the line and snapped the next play.
Shotgun again for Lamondi. Deans the back. They throw to the end zone. The pass is caught. One-handed grab by Michael Gimigliano for the touchdown. South Fayette Lions from 2 yards out.
Look at the connection. Wow, between Lamonde and Gimigliano. That back shoulder fade is hard to do at any level, let alone in high school football. You can tell they've practiced that a lot and got reps of it all summer long in order for it to pay off on Friday nights.
Great grab by Gimigliano to make it 13-6. Extra point would make it 8. Tyler Nicholson's kick is up and good. 14-6. Capped off on a 2-yard passing touchdown from Nico Lamondi to Michael Gimigliano as South Fayette goes up by 8 here on the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Panera's You Pick 2 means when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery. Both U's win big. You pick 2 and get more. Cater your next event with Panera.
Looking to escape a dead-end job? We can help. Apply at 2 Men in a Truck today for a good job that can become a great career.
Around here in the fall, Harvest Moons, cool crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 5 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
14-6. South Fayette leads. And Johnny, the real theme of this game has been long drives that have led to scoring plays.
Yes, it has, but the only difference and common denominator between these two teams is that Montour has had to kick field goals and South Fayette has been able to punch it in.
Caden Elijah returns it back to the 37-yard line. So Halajo able to put Montour in a really good position to be able to start off this drive.
I wonder what the thought process was there from Joe Rossi to kick kind of a pooch kick there instead of kicking it deep like they did the first 2 times.
Yeah, and that is something that I think we saw on the opening kickoff as well, right? When it was fumbled right off the kickoff. So, I mean, maybe a similar idea to try to do that and get Montour to slip up. Wolf back in the shotgun. 8:43 to go in this first half of play. Swings it out far side of the field to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick makes a man miss past the 45 to the 46 and gets 8 on the play. Migliano on the tackle.
It's a great start to the drive. You always want to focus on getting positive yards the first play to gain some momentum and hopefully create a second down situation, which isn't too hard.
Nothing wrong with second down and short. 3 yards to go as the handoff goes up the middle. Battles moves his way forward. It's going to be close to a first down, but looks like it will be signaled third down and about 1, maybe the length of the football. And Montour looking to try to respond after that last touchdown from South Fayette. What can Wolf and the offense do with 3 receivers lined up on the near side of the field? Battles the back. Wolf, quarterback keeper designed, and he got enough. Pushes his way to the 49-yard line. Needed the 48, and just gets enough.
On 3rd and 1 at the middle of the field, when you need a first down desperately, you call on your leader and your best player to get the ball, and that's exactly what Montour did.
And, Johnny, he's a physical player. Uses his size to his advantage at 6'2", and you can just tell running downhill.
He's big, he's athletic, and he showed it on that play right there.
Has time, looking deep down the field. Pass is caught into the hands of Daniel Batch for the touchdown. 51 yards out. Wolf to Batch for 6.
That's a perfect example, Austin, of the splash, explosive plays we were talking about all week. I always talk about when is it time to take a shot. And Montour took a shot around the 50-yard line after a first down, which are 2 of the main criteria you need to take a big shot. It's perfect timing, perfect play call, and perfect execution by the Montour Spartans.
Everything that you could ask for, you run it in practice, and you hope it can go as perfectly as that. And to see it executed on a Friday night underneath the lights has to be great for Montour, who now looks to line up for 2. 15 seconds remain on the play clock, but a lot of hands on hips right now, looking over to the sideline. Montour does have all 3 timeouts, and it looks like it will use one now. So with 7:32 to go, Montour, if it decides to go for 2, a successful try will tie this game at 14. A 51-yard touchdown pass from Jake Wolf after picking up the first down.
Yeah.
And we'll take another look at it on the connection. It was a perfectly thrown ball. And for Batch to be able to get past the defenders, just pure speed and a home run that was hit by Montour.
Let's do illustrations. I want to see that again. Let's break that down. Yeah, stop it right there. So they're in South Fayette's in man coverage here, and to take the safety off the top of the defense, this receiver here is mostly a decoy just to get Batch here over the top of the defense with the corner on outside leverage. So that way, Wolf is able to throw it to the middle of the field where nobody is at and play it, and then Batch can take it home and just run underneath it from there.
Good stuff, Johnny. Well-designed play. Get your playmakers out in space and let them do the great things that they're able to do as Montour will go for 2. Empty backfield for Wolf. Pass middle of the field is incomplete. Broken up by Gamigliano. It was intended for Caleb Platts, the tight end. And Gamigliano, who scored the touchdown to put South Fayette in position to lead 14-6, now helps the Lions hold off Montour from tying it up.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, Austin. You know, they needed a big play to get their momentum rolling on offense, and that's what we saw the first 2 weeks from them. Them stalling out in the red zone was uncharacteristic of them, and we didn't see that at all the first 2 weeks.
So 14-12 is the score. 7:32 remains in this first half of play. As you take a look at Steely McBean. Steely McBean with the Lion mascot. What type of collaboration could those two have, huh? Here on a Friday night underneath the lights in Western Pennsylvania. It's great to have you alongside here on KDKA Plus. It's a beautiful night for football.
Perfect. You know those early September games where it's still hot out in the first half, but the sun goes down in the second half, and it's cool. You know, it's great.
75 degrees here at Thomas J. Burka Memorial Stadium. Not too much wind. Really subsided from what it was of the opening kickoff. So the Allegiant kickoff will be done by Matt Marcinko. The senior kickoff for Montour as Knox and Deans are back deep, standing at just about the goal line because Marcinko has a really good leg, but Deans is able to field it at the 2. Deans past the 20, has running room past the 30. Deans off of a couple of tacklers and gets down to the 32-yard line. Montour's drive started with a pretty good return off the kickoff, and now Deans sets up the Lions offense as well at a good spot.
Let's see if they can maintain another slow, controlled drive here where they really control the pace of the game so far, and I love that from South Fayette.
And we've seen really South Fayette's offense, Joe Rossi's team, pretty much do whatever they want with this Montour defense as flag is thrown right before the snap as Lamondi was trying to hand it off to Dom Mons. We'll check the flag. Signal for a false start. So it'll move the ball now to the 27. First down and 15 coming up. And always tough to be able to begin drives with penalties as well, just going backwards before you can even start to go forward.
You took the words out of my mouth. I talked about last drive for Montour, how it's so important getting a positive yardage play on first down. South Fayette does the opposite there and gets a self-inflicted penalty.
Ball at the near side hash for Lamondi. 2 receivers each side. Dean's the back. Setting up a screen. Pass is caught. Martinsik makes a couple of guys miss. Looks to try to break off another, but can't. Does get to the 39. Picks up about 12 yards on what was first down and long. Sets up second down and short.
Austin, it's so impressive to me how South Fayette has so many weapons on the outside. Usually in high school football, you got one guy on the outside that you can count on. South Fayette and Montour both seem to have 2 or 3 that they get the ball to a lot.
Yeah, so many options, and all 4 wide receivers have been involved for South Fayette. And that's partly due Lamondi is really spreading around the ball. Dean's also very active in the passing game. Everybody's getting in on the action as the handoff goes to Deans. Has a little bit of room. Spins his way past the first down marker. He needed 4, got 5 to the 43-yard line.
Well, the penalty didn't matter. They still end up getting a first down, which is huge.
And part of that, you really think when you look at the team, Lamondi, senior. Mons, senior. Knox, senior. Martinsik, senior. Camigliano, senior. Pretty veteran crew.
That's so important in high school football. These guys are mature. They've been together. They know what it takes, and they have a ton of senior leadership in that locker room.
Deans remains the back. Shotgun for Lamondi. He gets the call. Deans up the middle. Lots of running room. Past the 40. Deans is gone. Past the 20. The 10. Chased down from behind. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Nate Deans for 6.
And that's the guy we talked about all pregame. He's electric. He can make every type of run, and that's why they try to get the ball to him in any situation possible.
57-yard run by the senior Nate Deans extends the South Fayette lead. Deans was able to avoid one of the defenders for Montour hustling back. Good hustle to try to drag him down at the 1. Extra point is up, and once again good, but not able to do so. The speed from Nate Deans helps continue the South Fayette offense running in smooth fashion.
All right, I want to take another look at that to see how this play broke down. All right, pause it right here. It looks like Montour is in cover 0, and that means there's nobody in the middle of the field. So this linebacker right here is going to back up on the ball, and he has Deans man-to-man. All these guys are matched up, so that means the middle of the field is wide open. Now play it. And that linebacker has the one opportunity to make the tackle, and Dean splits the gap and hits his head on the goalpost in the meantime. That's exactly what you want. If Montour wants to get risky and play cover 0, that's what can happen when you have a running back like Deans.
And it was Keno Fitzpatrick with the great hustle trying to drag Deans down at the very last second to try to get him at the 1, but just enough speed from Deans to be able to make it into the end zone. So 5:52 remains in this first half of the play. The visiting South Fayette Lions, representatives of 5A, lead it 21-12. Montour in 4A. As section play will begin very soon. But first, let's send it down to the sidelines with Hannah Mears.
Guys, you keep talking about Nate Deans, and he's been fantastic tonight, but let's give a little bit of credit as well to that offensive line. Coach said they have a few young guys there, like Mason Green, the right tackle. He's a sophomore doing a great job, but the rest are seniors. Those 4 strong seniors in the middle to help break things open for this offense have definitely been impressive.
Yeah, very much so, Hannah. Definitely got to highlight those guys up front. Matt Boyce on the inside, Mason Green on the right side of that line. Nish Alameda at center, helping to spark that run.
I'm sure Nate Deans appreciates all those guys immensely.
Bomar Abadi at left guard and Tim Haviland at left tackle. Kickoff goes out of bounds. And we'll set up now Montour with very good field position.
South Fayette was almost able to get their hands on the ball there. That could have been something if they would have recovered that.
Very close. So 5:51 on the clock here in this first half. Johnny, what have been some of the main things that you've seen just overall that you like on both sides?
You know, I really like to see the strategies and schemes between these two teams. I didn't see too much of the empty sets from either offenses in the past 2 weeks, and both offenses have showed that a lot tonight. So clearly that says that they're putting the game in the hands of their playmakers.
So it sets up Jake Wolf now, first down at the 35. Pass is caught by Fitzpatrick. And down at about the 40-yard line. He gets 5, second down and 5 coming up. Both sides have 2 timeouts left. Still plenty of time to be able to make something work in this first half.
Yeah, with about 5 minutes left, if you're Montour, you want to slowly drive this. You don't want to score too quickly and be able to give South Fayette the ball back with 4 or 3 minutes left in case they can put more points on the board.
Wolf, design quarterback run. Gets blown up at the point of attack. Wolf trying to get something out of it and is able to get about 1. But a great job at the point of attack by Matt Boyce. 54 blew that play up.
I'm sure Montour's offense so far is a little frustrated. As I mentioned, they averaged 36 points per game so far in the first 2 games. They're well below that mark so far tonight.
Third down and about 4. Maybe a short 3. As Battles goes in motion. Middle of the field, incomplete. Wolf was looking for A.J. Alston, but just not in time, could not connect there. And for the first time tonight, looks like we're going to get a punt.
That means it's been an exciting game so far. If this is the first punt so far tonight.
It's exactly what you want to see. Both offenses, both defenses going at it. Let the best of the best win.
It's what you want to see if you're an offensive guy. But if you're a defensive guy that loves defense, you want to see some stops.
Yeah, maybe not so much. So you do get your stop here on the South Fayette side. As Marcinko, the kicker, will also punt it away. Very good punt, has a strong leg. Bounces, and Deans will field it after 1 hop. At the 15, Deans still going past the 20. Makes the man miss. Lots of open running room for Deans past the 30. 35, 40. Deans with blockers in front of him past midfield. Deans past the 40 and is dragged down inside the 40-yard line. A great return on the first punt return of the game on either side as Nate Deans continues to be explosive for this South Fayette Lions team.
He's doing it on all phases, offense, defense, and special teams. He's doing it all for the Lions. We talked about him pregame as our player to watch, and he is living up to expectations so far.
Brings it all the way to the 37-yard line of Montour. And, John, you talked about if you're on Montour side, try to go a little bit slow, burn some of the clock, because here we go again for South Fayette and the offense looking to attack. High snap is corralled, and the carry up the middle for Talon Mazenko.
Yeah, you're right. I said to not give the ball back to them with 3 or 4 minutes left. They got the ball back in Montour territory with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, 4 and change. A lot of time to work with. 2 timeouts as well. Looking to the sideline and not going as quickly as they have in previous drives. Omondi in the shotgun. 2 receivers line up each side. Might be giving Dean just a little bit of a breather.
You took the words right out of my mouth again. Yeah, I thought the same thing, but he deserves it.
He's been busy after the long run and the punt return. Omondi looking to go deep. Down the field. Has a man open. Pass is caught. Walking into the end zone. Michael Gimigliano for the 36-yard touchdown.
They're on fire, Austin. They're doing it by running the ball, by throwing the ball. Lamondi's on fire. Deans is on fire. And everybody's getting some action tonight.
It's an offensive display of just pure excellence by Joe Rossi and the South Fayette Lions, connecting on another deep passing play. 4-6, 27-12. Extra point for Tyler Nicholson is up and good. The South Fayette Lions, once again, Lamondi finds Gimigliano. Second time those two have connected in the end zone. 28-12, South Fayette.
I started working out with my dad when I was 12 years old. He said, while everybody else is sleeping, you up working. It's going to pay off for you. Biggest decisions I ever had to make my junior year. I had my daughter at the time, so, I'm like, I got to provide. I had the opportunity to leave early. I had to make a decision. Was I going to leave or was I going to come back to college for an extra year? I'm about to cry talking about this shit. Once I made that decision to come back, my mindset wasn't just to be good, it was to be great.
My name is Loretta, and this is Special Olympics Pennsylvania.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is competition.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is leadership.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is life-changing.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is unified.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is inclusion.
(28-12), South Fayette out in front. 4:02 remains here in the first half of play. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside Johnny Patricia, the former Pitt and Penn State linebacker, and Hannah Mears on the sideline. Great to be with you tonight for a beautiful night of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Kickoff is a little bit short again, and bounces having to pick it up. Montour finally does, and there is some open running room past the 30. Now past the 40, still going, breaking about 4 tackles is Keno Fitzpatrick, and he gets to the 49-yard line.
Well, we're seeing the special teams phase of the game come alive these last 2 drives, both for South Fayette and now Montour. Their drive is sparked and started by a big kickoff or punt return.
And good vision by Fitzpatrick to just continue to see the open area, spin off of tacklers, and put Montour in a good position. Needing to go 51 yards to find the end zone, which the Spartans have only done once. on a deep passing play to Batch that went for 51 yards, which it starts at now at the 49-yard line of the Spartans. Wolf steps up in the pocket, dumps it off. Pass is caught past the 45 and past the 40. And spinning down, good enough for a first down, is James Bunridge, 6-foot wide receiver on the play.
Great job there to get extra yards after the catch, and he didn't need to get out of bounds. You know, there's only 3 minutes left, and they still have all 3 timeouts. No need to get out of bounds just yet.
So once again, we see an empty backfield for Wolf. They go back to it with 3 receivers on the far side. Quick pass, but a flag thrown right at the snap.
I think it's going to be a false start on the receiver down at the bottom here.
Good call, as that is indeed the case. Ball was at the 37. The 5-yard penalty moves it back now to the 42 in South Fayette territory. 3.5 to go for Montour to try to do something with it. Playing on its home field for the second time this season. Rather, the first time this season. First 2 games were on the road. Pass is caught. High throw and a good catch made there by Platts, the tight end over the middle of the field. Thought that he was not brought to the ground. Tried to get up and start going again, but is ruled down by contact.
A score here on this drive is so important for the Spartans because South Fayette gets the ball after halftime.
Yeah, good point, Johnny. Already down by 16. In no hurry with 12 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers line up on each side with the back being battles. Wolf looking to take a deep shot. Firing towards the end zone. Pass is caught. Was he out of bounds? Yes. Daniel Batch was not able to tiptoe a foot in. And a good throw was just a little bit too long and off timing.
Well, there's that same post route from Batch getting behind the defense. And if you're South Fayette, you got to go by the old saying as a defensive back. If he's even, he's leaving. And that means if he's at the same point you are on the field, then you got to run full speed because he's going deep.
Double coverage, too. And to drop it in the bucket for Wolf and Batch, just not enough room. So 3rd down and 7, 2:19 on the clock. Ball at the 34 of South Fayette. Wolf steps up. Pass is caught at about the 28. 27 is the line to gain. It's going to be close, but it looks like they're going to give James Bunridge enough before Gimigliano finally brings him down.
You know, that's Bunridge's second reception of this drive, and he's got a cast on his right arm. I got to imagine that's a little bit harder catching the ball with a cast on one hand.
Yeah, Coach Ciro told us that it was a question mark if he was going to play in this game. He's been banged up this year. This is first real action. Now under 2 minutes. Wolf, design quarterback run, follows his blocking. Wolf stripped up right around the 20-yard line and what could have gone for a lot more.
Still a good play call, getting your big quarterback downfield fast. Clearly they trust him and know he's tough enough to run in between the tackles.
Matt Boyle made the tackle and avoided any longer of a run, which went for 6 yards. Ball at the 20 for 2nd and 4.
It was 6, but you're right. It could have been 15.
Could have been a lot
South
more.
Fayette's lucky they tripped him up.
Montour will run a player late off the field. That was Fitzpatrick, and with the miscommunication, Montour decides to call a timeout. So 1:14 remains. Montour does still have 1 timeout left. And very critical, as Johnny mentioned, South Fayette will get the ball to begin the second half of play. So if you're Montour, really important to get some points here.
Super important. I think it's big for your confidence going into halftime. And like we talked about a lot in the first half, Montour is way below their average in terms of offensive production. Usually, you know, they're at least 20 points by now, almost. So them stalling out in the red zone twice had to hurt their confidence and their momentum.
Montour in its first 2 games scored 37 points against Mars, 35 against Moon, so averaging 36 points per game this season through 2. Wolf hands it off. Up the middle as Halajo gets to around the 15-yard line. It does pick up a first down. Cooper Hillebrandt was there on the tackle for South Fayette. Now a minute to go in the half. 1st and 10 at the 15. Wolf in the shotgun. As Halajo's the back. They flip it to him. Running near side. Halajo follows his blocking and is taken out of bounds. Gets about 4.
Surprisingly, we haven't seen much of Halajo this far tonight. You know, coming into tonight, he was Montour's leading rusher, and we expected, second leading rusher, only 2 yards behind Jake Wolf, but leading rusher as far as a running back, and we expected him to get a lot of carries tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Wolf in quarterback design runs, trying to move this attack forward. He lines up in the shotgun on 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers line up on the far side. And an odd sequence there as a penalty flag is thrown. Maybe a false start being the case. And it is.
It's the second false start penalty on this drive for Montour. The last thing they need right now is self-inflicted penalties.
So from the 11 now to the 16, how much does a mentality and a mindset change for an offense after a penalty like that?
A lot. You know, at the 16-yard line, you're in a must-throw situation, especially at 2nd and 11 with under a minute left in the game, or in the half, rather.
3 wide receivers on the far side for Wolf. Has time, throws into the end zone, the pass is incomplete. It was just out of the reach of Platts, the tight end, and will be 3rd down and 11 now at the 16. Now on the defensive side for South Fayette, how do you try to approach this? Do you go after Wolf, or do you try to sit back and play coverage and just accept if it's a field goal? You're completely okay with it.
You know, Montour has no timeouts left, so if you tackle a ball carrier in bounds, it's going to be hard to...
Wolf on the completion.
They have 1 timeout left, my mistake.
Yeah, and spun out of bounds is Alston.
That's a great play by Montour to get out of bounds. Now they're not forced to use that timeout.
Noah Mathias is the one to push him out of bounds from his safety position. Sets up 4th down and 1. He got out of bounds, Alston, so the clock does stop at 34. So Wolf lines up in the shotgun. 4th down and 1. Design quarterback run. Wolf up the middle. Pyle pushes forward. He gets the 1st down. Will he get the touchdown? Close, but down at the 1.
Now they got to hurry up. They got to hurry up.
Do have that timeout if they want to use it.
They have all the time in the world right now. You're on the 1-yard line. You got a 1st down. The clock doesn't matter at this point.
Wolf in the shotgun. Quarterback run again. Wolf is into the end zone. Touchdown, Jake Wolf from 1 yard out as the Montour Spartans strike with 17 seconds left in the first half.
That's exactly what they needed, Austin. We talked about them capitalizing on this last drive before half. Now they can go into the locker room feeling good and having momentum going into the second half.
A ton of offense in this game as Wolf helps cut it now to 10. And the offense remains on the field. Fire truck going off in the background right near that end zone, left side of this field and complex here at Montour. And the Spartans will go for 2. Wamondi, empty backfield again. 2 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Wamondi's pass is incomplete. Was looking for Batch on the far side of the field. Looks a little bit rushed, though, on that 2-point attempt. Getting lined up very late, and Batch never seeing the ball.
You're right, Austin. I think that play could come back to bite them. That's a big missed opportunity for the Montour Spartans. It seemed like they were rushed, maybe celebrating after the touchdown, but, you know, that 2-point conversion is a big play.
It is, and we've seen Montour try to attempt it twice, and now it's failed twice.
And now that's the difference between a 1-score game and a 2-score game.
Exactly. So it's a 10-point game. 28-18, South Fayette leads it. Both of these teams undefeated coming into today. South Fayette with wins over Chartiers Valley and West Allegheny. And this is the most points that South Fayette has given up this season. 14 to Charter Valley, 14 to West A. And on the Montour side, they're kind of used to giving up a decent amount of points. 37-28 was the final at Mars, and at Moon, 35-21, both victories. So Knox and Deans are back deep for South Fayette. A little bit of time left to go, and Montour decides to kick it deep into the end zone, and Deans will bring it out. And now a touchback being ruled as the ball reached the end zone. So it'll be first down at 10 of the 20.
With 17 seconds left and 2 timeouts, it'll be interesting to see if the Lions here are aggressive or if they just want to play it safe and go into half.
And it looks like Lamonde will line up under center in victory formation, at least for the first half of play. And decide with 17 seconds left on the clock to take a knee. We have found halftime. We've hit halftime here at Montour. 28-18, the South Fayette Lions in this rivalry week are up ahead. 28-18 as we send it out to Hannah Mears with Joe Rossi.
Really started coming on in that second half. How do you keep that going despite whatever Ciro's adjustments are going to be at half?
Yeah, we're going to have to, defensively is where we're struggling right now. So most importantly, offense is doing well, doing a nice job, and they'll make some adjustments as we will. But defensively, we got to clean some things up. I think both coaches will agree with that.
You knew that this Montour team, though, had some athletes that could make explosive plays. How do you prevent that from being the determining factor here tonight?
Just, better tackling. I think both sides with tackling. It's still early in the season, so getting your feet from there. And I think we wanted to keep some people up late tonight and keep this production going for a while. So,
hey, we appreciate that. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys?
Hey, thank you, Hannah. 28-18 is our score. The South Fayette Lions, led by Joe Rossi here, out in front here at Montour High School in the third game of the season on the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. You're watching KDKA Plus.
Sure, I'll be there at 5 a.m. I can binge one more episode.
Let's face it, you don't always set yourself up for success.
5 more minutes. Where are my work shoes?
But GBU Life makes it easy with life insurance and annuity products to help secure your future, so you have the freedom to do more of what you love.
Congratulations! Retiring early must be nice. What are you going to do first?
I think I'll sleep in.
Secure your future today. Visit gbu.org.
La Roche University set me up for success. When I went to La Roche to visit, it stole my heart.
I transferred to La Roche because my original school just didn't work out. La Roche, I was able to be on the basketball team. They had majors I wanted and financial aid, and their assistants helped out a lot.
La Roche students have access to it all. The culture and connections in Pittsburgh and a residential campus in the North Hills. Tour campus and you'll receive a $250 visit grant. Learn about our fall events at laroche.edu.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Here at Lowe, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Lowe is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Pittsburgh. Its long and proud heritage is beautifully preserved in the awe-inspiring buildings that surround it. In the places where we live, where we worship, and where we play, one company has been awarded the challenge of restoring all that great heritage for nearly 75 years. Mariani and Richards, restoring the heritage, preserving the pride.
Welcome in, everyone, to our Steel City High School football halftime presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. I'm Hannah Mears, and right now South Fayette leads Montour by 10 at their own home stadium. And it's been loud here tonight. It's also the Steelers Showcase game, as well as airing with all of you on KDKA Plus for us tonight. So it's been very exciting for all of these teams on the field. But what else is exciting about high school football is the plays that are being made on a weekly basis. And our Whippeal Insider halftime, thanks to Carlo Zofko, is going to break down the top 10 plays from last week.
Take it away, band!
Welcome to the Whippeal Insider Show, presented by Franjo Construction. I am your host and Whippeal Insider, Carlo Zofko. Week 1 is in the books, and boy, did we have some exciting action from our big-time players in Western PA. Let's break down the 10 best plays from Week 1. Starting up at number 10 is your Central Catholic Vikings. They have been so much fun to watch this year. Penn State commit Peter Gonzalez makes an unbelievable one-handed grab. Quarterback Peyton Wainer hit him in stride, and Peter made the big play for the Vikings. The Vikes go on into Ohio and beat powerhouse St. Ignatius, defending the Whippeal's honor. At number 9, we have the Avonworth Antelopes. This has been the big upset so far in the early football season. The Lopes defended their home turf as 4A powerhouse Central Valley comes to town. Senior athlete Andrew Cuban played the best game of his life in the biggest moment. Late in the fourth quarter, he rumbles to the goal line before punching it in the very next play to extend the lead to 8. But just as Central Valley's fighting back, down and near the end zone, Cuban makes the interception and seals the game. The senior coming up huge in a crunch moment. At number 8, you have Shadyside Academy wide receiver Deacon Durham scorching the North Catholic defense. Blink and you'll miss him. He turns on the Jets as he helps propel Shadyside over North Catholic in overtime. Big win for Shadyside. At number 7, you have the Panthers from Upper St. Clair making the list again. Coach Mike Junko loves going deep. This time, it's super sophomore quarterback Ethan Hellman to junior wide receiver Charlie Bywalski. The big play helped USC win comfortably against North Hills. At number 6, you talk about a historical moment. So many great players have come through the pit at Aliquippa, now known as Heinz Field. Junior running back Tyke Hayes christens the new turf, and it's the first touchdown in Heinz Field history. Aliquippa would go on to beat Armstrong and move to 1-0 all-time on their new turf. It's time to take a break and thank our sponsor, Franjo Construction. Franjo Construction, Western Pennsylvania's leader in commercial construction. Nestled in the heart of Homestead, Pennsylvania, this family-owned business is a beacon of reliability and trust. Recognized as the industry's go-to contractor, Franjo just isn't about building structures, it's about building relationships. Every project is unique, and their integrated approach ensures your vision comes to life, executed perfectly. As a rapidly growing organization, Franjo is dedicated to seeking the best talent who thrive in a fast-paced and challenging environment. Franjo values the importance of quality craftsmanship and strives to employ individuals who prioritize enhancing their professional careers as well as themselves. Franjo offers top-notch training that ensures your success. Become a part of the Franjo family and reap the benefits of competitive wages, 401k, excellent benefits, and paid time off. Franjo Construction, uniting our team and customers to build the future. Apply today. Back to the action. At number 5, it's the 5A Sleeper of the Year, Peters Township. With a huge block punt, senior linebacker Dominic Sirianni gets to the punter, and Johnny on the spot, Carter Schanfeld, picks it up and takes the loose ball to the house. Peters takes down their 6A opponent, Seneca Valley, in a convincing win. At number 4, it's those mighty Leopards from Bell Vernon. This time, it's junior running back Anthony Cruz who takes it around the edge. He breaks a couple tackles and gets into the end zone. Bell Vernon with a statement win over Laurel Highlands, 40-0. At number 3, we have a big-time playmaker from Derry. The senior, Ahmad Ward, had 191 total yards, 2 interceptions, a blocked punt, and not to mention this pick 6 that helped Derry snap a 20-game losing streak. What a game for the senior, who also tallied 4 total touchdowns, including the one you're seeing here. Congrats to Derry on the victory. Celebrate it up, fellas. Well earned. At number 2, we have a huge rivalry game. It's between Beaver and Beaver Falls. It's late in the 4th quarter. Beaver Falls is up, and it's Beaver junior wide receiver Brady Mayo making the game-winning play. Beaver stuns their rival in this Beaver County clash. Great play by Brady and the Bobcats. And at number 1, it's the Shaler Titans. J.P. Holtz would be a proud alum of this squad. The senior, Joey DiSabato, takes the kickoff and just won't be denied. He avoids every player on the field. The Hampton Talbots were just no match for this Joe. Shaler is off to a scorching 2-0 start with 2 dominating wins. What a play to help them get there. Go, Titans, go. That is your Whippio Insider Show presented by Franjo Construction. Next week, we'll break down 10 more of the most exciting plays in Whippio football. I'm your host and Whippio Insider, Carlos Offco, and I'll be seeing you next week.
Thanks so much, Carlo. That's our Whippeal Insider Halftime. They will be here with us on a weekly basis, so make sure you tune in to see that action. But you just saw all of the plays that these high school athletes make on the field and how impressive they are. But what's going through those athletes' minds while they're making these plays? We're bringing you a special edition of Sights and Sounds, where we mic'd up Bethel Park's quarterback Tanner Pfeiffer last week. Take a look.
I got mic'd up right now, bro. Yeah, under the shoulder pad. No! Shoot! Oh, good enough. So we defer.
Gonna defer?
Yeah, I like having the ball out of the half.
Yeah. You did a great job last week. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Go. Bro, score 1,000 points. Make it easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Big game, 5. Big game, 5.
Cover it up! Cover it up! Cover it up! Come on, let's go! Come on! Hey, every player, win the play, don't run another, let's go! Homework on 3, 1, 2, 3, homework!
Let's go! Good luck, bro. Let's have fun tonight. Let's have fun. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Let's go, do it again, D!
Come on, Christian!
Dude, we would have the ball in the 40 to start, too. Bounce back.
That'll bring up a 3rd down.
I hope we come out firing the ball. Under. Joe.
Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot! Piper's pass is incomplete. It's going to go to 32,
Yeah.
Randy Bertrand.
Easy, up easy. All right, Ford, you good? Who was that? We'll beat them to death in the 30s. Right? We'll throw hitches till the cows come home until they come up and change.
It's always so exciting to see what's going through these players' mind. It's so fun and such a good segment that we will have available on our social media at Steel City Showcase on Instagram on a weekly basis. So if you want more of those sights and sound videos, make sure you check it out on our social media. We have more Steel City High School football halftime presented by UPMC Sports Medicine after the break.
I'm Andy Sheehan. I'm the lead investigator with KDKA Investigates. I live in Pittsburgh. I've raised my kids here. For decades now, I've worked trying to uncover wrongs. We looked at the quality of water here. We found dangerous levels of lead in the water. We dug further. The city's water authority took action. And today, they have replaced more than half of the lead service lines throughout the entire city of Pittsburgh. We uncover a problem, we get answers, positive change for you and your family.
Good job. Excellent job. Okay? That was tough competition, but it was good competition. It shows you what we need to work on. You can't give up. Okay? And you never have. You've never made excuses. So we just get back in, we get in the trenches, we play 2 games tomorrow, and then we see what we end up with. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
La Roche University set me up for success. When I went to La Roche to visit, it stole my heart.
I transferred to La Roche because my original school just didn't work out. La Roche, I was able to be on the basketball team. They had majors I wanted, and financial aid and their assistance helped out a lot.
La Roche students have access to it all. The culture and connections in Pittsburgh and a residential campus in the North Hills. Tour campus and you'll receive a $250 visit grant. Learn about our fall events at laroche.edu.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus as the PAC D3 college football season kicks off with the Geneva Golden Tornadoes facing the Allegheny Gators for a 1 p.m. kickoff, only on KDKA Plus.
You can now get more local news on KDKA Plus. More breaking news.
Residents are being asked to stay outside of their house.
More community stories. More weather.
A couple of funnel clouds were spotted.
Weekdays at 12:30 on KDKA Plus.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already. Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
Are you an aspiring entrepreneur, a dreamer with a passion for success? With Koza Law Group, your journey starts now. Whether you're dreaming of a small startup or envisioning a global empire, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Starting a business shouldn't be scary. It's about embracing the spirit of innovation, taking calculated risks, and believing in your potential to make a difference. We are more than just legal advisors. We are redefining legal services. Contact us today to experience the Koza Law difference.
Welcome back into our Steel City High School Football Showcase halftime show presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. To show all of the UPMC members and athletic trainers some love, former Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch sat down to talk to some of the UPMC athletic trainers in our area.
The almost 200 full-time certified athletic trainers at UPMC Sports Medicine work with over 75 high schools, colleges, pro sports teams, and events throughout Pennsylvania. They are part of a multidisciplinary team dedicated to injury prevention and treatment to help athletes recover safely from injuries and return to play. Hi, I'm Charlie Batch. Joining me today is Jessica Falvo, athletic trainer and team leader at UPMC Sports Medicine. Thanks for joining me today, Jess.
Oh, thanks for having me.
How does athletic trainers help athletes?
We work with a variety of athletes. We try to prevent injury as much as we can when the athlete gets hurt. We're the first line of defense. And then we provide the best care possible.
Is it vastly different from what you're seeing from a younger age group all the way up to your weekend warrior?
Well, with the younger age group, you will have your larger scale injuries, but typically it's bumps and bruises. And then when you get to the older athlete, you're dealing more with osteoarthritis, chronic injuries, stuff like that.
Now, how would you work that into the entire UPMC sports medicine team?
So when an athlete does get hurt, we decide if they can be taken care of in-house, and it's a little bit more than just a couple days of recovery. We are able to refer them out to primary care sports medicine, doctors, the MRI team, physical therapy, neuropsychs, or anything for the athlete. If one of my athletes get hurt, I know exactly who to call.
What should athletes keep in mind to avoid injury and to have a successful season?
Treat your body like a well-oiled machine. You want to make sure that you're eating healthy. You want to make sure that you're hydrating well. You want to make sure you're resting.
What are some of the most rewarding things that you see as part of your job?
It's just so gratifying to be able to see them transition from a moment of despair and turn into a moment of hope, a moment of return to play.
Jessica, I just want to thank you for joining me here with that most important information.
Thank you so much.
To learn more about athletic training at UPMC Sports Medicine, visit upmc.com/athletic trainers.
Thanks so much, Charlie, and thank you again to our UPMC sports medicine staff. We appreciate you. This is our Steel City High School Football Showcase halftime show presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. In JP Austin, South Fayette up by 10, and I'm ready to see how Montour is going to respond in their home stadium. What about you guys?
Yeah, thank you, Hannah. I really appreciate it. And that is the case because we have seen on numerous different occasions this South Fayette offense, Johnny, continues to be so explosive down the field. But for Montour to be able to tack on at the very end, very critical.
Huge for Montour's confidence and momentum going forward. They're at home. It's their home opener for the season. You know, there's a lot of people here tonight. They're going to, kick that offense into second gear coming here in the second half. So I expect this to be a fourth quarter game and a nail-biter down to the end.
So a 10-point game. Let's take a look at our first half stats. And pretty much even in terms of total yards, South Fayette is winning in that area. First downs, turnovers the same. Those turnovers coming within the first minute of the ball game after a fumbled on the kickoff for Montour, and also South Fayette, Nate Deans. He's definitely made up for that and then some with a bunch of explosive plays, a touchdown run, and also a explosive punt return to set up South Fayette's offense.
Yeah, you're right. These are very evenly matched teams on paper and in the stats department here. We knew that coming in, but so far tonight, the difference has been the red zone offense between the two teams. South Fayette has been able to turn long drives into touchdowns, and Montour has stalled out, settling on field goals.
As we take a look at some of our first half highlights, Nate Deans, there's the fumble that was recovered by Montour, and it ended up setting up a 27-yard field goal that eventually South Fayette would quickly respond to after the Marcinko field goal from 27 yards out. He would later tack on one from 25 as well, but it's been the Nico Lamondi show for South Fayette offensively. He has been terrific, and finding his explosive playmakers and getting them in space, including what a grab by Michael Gimigliano in the end zone from only a couple yards out to be able to make a back shoulder grab. But a 51-yard touchdown helped to spark the Montour offense as Wolf found Batch for 6 from 51 yards out. But Deans was not done. Nate Deans passed everybody with only one man trying to track him down, Keno Fitzpatrick, that had a chance, and Deans was not done making a terrific effort. This time on special teams in the punt return game, helped set up South Fayette once again with great field position that the Lions have on almost every time they've had the opportunity to have a big play. They've taken advantage of it as Lamondi once again found Gimigliano wide open this time, but Montour did capitalize at the very end on a Jake Wolf 1-yard run that cut the deficit entering the locker room. Let's take it to break. We'll be back with the second half of action right here on KDKA+.
Panera's You Pick 2 means when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery. Both U's win big. You pick 2 and get more. Cater your next event with Panera.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Fermanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Back here at Montour, 28-18 is our halftime score. Just a couple of minutes left to go before we are back in action here, as South Fayette, with a 10-point lead, will get the ball to begin the second half of action.
I'm excited to see the approach here, and I think it's huge that South Fayette gets the ball to start the game. You know, they can capitalize, or start the half rather. They can capitalize on this lead and extend it, making Montour try to come back. And South Fayette having the lead in the second half is huge for them because they are so strong in the running game. They average 250 yards a game on the ground, and that can run the clock and make it harder for Montour to come back in the third and fourth quarters here.
Going to recognize our officials from tonight in the matchup between South Fayette and Montour. John Dudo, Brian Mickish, Dudo our head referee, Ron Churchin, Chuck Costanza, Taylor Pereski, and Rich Iorfido as the official referees for tonight's matchup. And let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. First for home Montour. Both teams coming into today at 2-0. One perfect record will fall. It's going to be a challenge at Aliquippa next week at the new Heinz Field for the Quips, newly minted stadium this year. And then Ambridge back at home against the Bridgers in week 4. At Newcastle, the matchup in week 5 to officially close the book on September. Now on the opposite end, for South Fayette, Peters Township in week 3 on the 15th as section play begins in Allegheny 6 Conference. Peters Township and South Fayette, along with Upper St. Clair, the only teams that are undefeated in that section. And then at Canamac, a 6A team in week 4. Another rivalry game there, 2 districts very close to each other. And then at Moon, a section matchup in week number 5 to close out September for the South Fayette Lions. So we go into this half after seeing multiple different aspects of explosive plays and explosive wide receivers. There's one explosive wide receiver that has graduated from this program of South Fayette that has moved on to the highest level of football, and he has a Super Bowl ring to show for it. How about Justin Watson, class of 2014 from South Fayette? He's on the Kansas City Chiefs. He played in last night's season opening game. Really cool to see somebody representing the WPIAL, as well as Sky Moore, a WPIAL product, in the Kansas City wide receiver room.
It's awesome. I mean, Pittsburgh and the WPIAL is traditionally and historically a very rich area for high school football. And, you know, we're proud of the players that we produce to go on to the collegiate and NFL levels. And, you know, they were showcased on the biggest stage there last night.
And a lot of guys from your alma mater at Central Catholic as well, Johnny, are in the NFL right now, highlighted by DeMar Hamlin, the defensive back for the Buffalo Bills, from Central to Pitt and now to the Bills, as well as Cal Adamitis, the long snapper for the Cincinnati Bengals in the Steelers division, from Central to Pitt to the NFL in the AFC North. Kurt Heinisch, also somebody very local to the area, went to Central Catholic, and eventually ended up with the Houston Texans. And Rodney Thomas, also recently a linebacker, playing for the Indianapolis Colts last season. Let's send it down to Hannah Mears.
Guys, I talked to Lucero of Montour, and he didn't sugarcoat anything. He said field goals are nice, but you have to score touchdowns. We have got to tighten up on defense and make plays, and by the looks of it, if we don't, they'll score 50 points.
And an onside kick right off the bat that Montour stuns South Fayette with and is able to recover. And just like that, Lucero catches the Lions off guard and has the football to its offense.
I want to see a replay of that to see how that happened. Great special teams play to change the game. And this is a momentum changer right here.
So we'll see if we can get another look at it a little bit later on, but nonetheless, Johnny, a huge play for Montour just to get the football to start right off. And, you know, you talk about trying to double up, score going into halftime, score coming out of it. You weren't supposed to get the ball, but now you got it off of a special teams play that worked with ease. That it did not look like South Fayette anticipated whatsoever.
Not at all. Special teams playing a huge role here tonight so far. Splash plays and momentum plays coming up for both teams. And what a better way for Montour to start the half.
So the football is placed at the 48-yard line of South Fayette, as Wolf stands in the shotgun with nobody back there in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Wolf looks near side, and the pass is incomplete. He was trying to connect to Battles, and incomplete.
Battles had the hot hand in the first half. It seemed like every time he touched the ball, he made a splash play. I'd like to see him get the ball and get more targets in this half.
And we saw him a lot at running back instead of Caden Hallijoe, one of their leading rushers. Similar type of formation for Wolf on second down. Wolf looking deep middle of the field and incomplete again. Was looking for Fitzpatrick. He had him open in between defenders, but a little bit too strong. 2 incompletions, sets up 3rd and 10.
See, that's the only problem with going with the empty set is that you got to throw the ball unless it's a design quarterback run. And now you're facing 3rd and long off of that huge momentum swing with the onside kick. So they need to take advantage of this 3rd and long here.
Needing to get to the 38 to convert. Shotgun for Wolf. Back is Battles with him. Wolf near side, incomplete. Just looked like miscommunication on the play as he was trying to connect with Bundridge, and remember, he's the one with the cast on his right hand. So Montour goes 3 and out, now has to punt.
Disappointing first drive for Montour, but the positive of getting the onside kick is now they are winning the field position battle. Montour has an opportunity here to pin South Fayette deep in their own territory.
Deans is back to return it at his own 10. And we saw the explosiveness that he has that he put on display the last time that he touched the ball after a punt. This one high, but not very deep, as it will stay in play and bounce to about the 33. It took a favorable South Fayette bounce. So 11:39 remains. Not much time ticked off in that first possession for Montour.
You know, very disappointing. So far, there have been 3 unexpected turnovers or change of events, I guess you could say, and nobody has been able to capitalize on them.
No, not at all. And it's not something that you necessarily expect at all, because turnovers, when you look at it, usually such a critical aspect of the game. And for nobody to score pretty much anything off of it is big time. Handoff goes to Deans. Deans up the middle, spins his way to about the 37. 2nd down and about 5.
In the first half, I talked about their favorite run play, split zone. And right there, we saw their counter, which Deans can follow 2 pullers, the tight end and the left guard. And he does a great job of following his blockers and using his vision.
Deans picked up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball to 37, another high snap. Lamonti pass, incomplete. in and out of the hands of Deans. It bounced off his chest as well. It was almost intercepted by Dylan Rogers on the defensive line, who dropped back in coverage.
A couple drops here to start the half. That's not what we saw in the first half. We were up and down the field in the first half, and now we're seeing some drops to slow down these drives.
Yeah, a little bit of rust so far after what was just a splendid offensive half. Check over to the sideline for Lamondi on 3rd down and 6. Needing the 43 to convert. Dean's the back to his right. Another high snap. Lamondi, quick throw. Far side pass is caught, but a great tackle right away on Jamigliano. That's Keno Fitzpatrick, the DB. And he held him 1 yard short, so 4th down and 1 for South Fayette.
Joe Rossi has a decision to make here, and it looks like he's sending out the punting unit.
So Tyler Nicholson, the punter. Daniel Batch is back deep. Fitzpatrick also started to drift backwards. And it's a fake punt and wide open running room for South Fayette. Past midfield, past the 40, the 30, the 20, still going. And down at about the 12-yard line, the South Fayette Lions pull off a trick play. What a strong run by Drew Welhorski, the backup quarterback, a sophomore who faked out everyone on Montour to get inside the red zone. Huge gain.
Faked out me as well in the booth here. Wow. The South Fayette sideline is going crazy. Clearly they're excited for Drew, and that was a huge play, a momentum switch, a momentum changer. South Fayette has all the momentum and energy here. Looking forward to capitalizing it in the red zone. Looks like they're starting the drive on the 10-yard line here, Austin.
No one was on that side of the field to make the tackle as Lamondi swings it out. Pass is caught inside the 5-yard line. Catch made by Deans. They can get a first down at the 1. Wow. Alston makes the tackle.
What a risky call by Joe Rossi. Man.
Up by 10 points, though. Why not take a chance? In a rivalry game that has been all South Fayette. Lamondi, designated quarterback, run, spins his way into the end zone. Touchdown, South Fayette from 3 yards away. The punt that was faked by South Fayette and the call by Joe Rossi pays off.
So Lou Serra started this half by doing an onside kick, and Joe Rossi said, you know, I got some tricks up my own sleeve as well.
A tremendous sequence from South Fayette that completely caught Montour off guard. Nicholson on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 35-18. South Fayette leads at 9:34 to go here in the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 5 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Looking to escape a dead-end job? We can help. Apply at 2 Men in a Truck today for a good job that can become a great career.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus as the PAC D3 college football season kicks off with the Geneva Golden Tornadoes facing the Allegheny Gators for a 1 p.m. kickoff, only on KDKA Plus.
Risks have to be worth a huge type of reward. And for South Fayette, that was exactly the case. On a fake punt that was from their own end of the field, all the way to the opposite side inside the 10-yard line. South Fayette's risky move pays off. Now Montour gets another shot at it. Running with the football is Alston. Alston spins his way to the 40. Good return on the play. Solid field position for Montour, who needs to respond.
Special teams has been the difference maker so far. I mean, wow. Perfect execution by South Fayette there to extend that drive, and it paid off in a touchdown. Let's see how Montour responds here. They desperately need to score.
And in good field position for this Montour offense that has 4 new starters on their offensive line this year. But a ton of explosive players. Keno Fitzpatrick had 2 touchdowns coming into today. Daniel Batch had his first receiving touchdown of the season tonight on the 51-yard connection with Wolf, who lines up in the shotgun. 3 receivers line up near side of the field. Design quarterback run for Wolf. Wolf is spun down at the 44. Tackle made by Bo Marabati on the play, a senior at 5'11 and 225 pounds. Part of the stout defensive line for the Lions. Halajo now joins Wolf in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Halajo moves forward for just a couple yards. It'll set up just about 3rd down and 4, needing midfield to move the chains.
Extremely important play call here for Montour. You got to wonder, if they don't get this, do they think about going for it?
In a tricky position, especially because if you give the football back to South Fayette on your own side of the field, you see what they can do, whether it be really at any area. Wherever they're put on the field, they can be dynamic. As Wolf looks to throw deep down the field, has a man open, and the pass is intended for Batch and ruled a completion. Deep down the far sideline. What a grab by Daniel Batch to contain his concentration, make the grab off the throw from Wolf.
Perfect throw from Wolf. He dropped it in a bucket. He got it out quick because he was facing a blitz right in his face, and he threw it with anticipation, and it couldn't have been thrown better.
Sets up Montour at the 16. Wolf, quarterback run. Past the 10. Wolf bounces it outside to the 5 and is taken down. Good enough for a first down. He does stay inbounds. Under 8 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter of play.
That was the big explosive play that the Montour offense needed.
So put the ball at the 5. First down and goal for Wolf in the offense. Halajo, the back, standing to his left. Wolf once again, quarterback run up the middle. Doesn't get much though, maybe 2.
I think there was a little confusion there between the running back and the quarterback.
Looks like an option play there?
I think Halajo might have went the wrong way. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it looked like he got in the way of Wolf. I think they were just on 2 different pages.
It'll be 2nd down, ball placed at the 3. 2nd and goal for Wolf. 3 receivers near side of the field, 1 tight end right side of the formation. Wolf up the middle, quarterback run again, trying to pound it in with their quarterback, who gets about 1.5 yards, just like on the last carry. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. For Montour, really looking to punch this football into the end zone after South Fayette scored first in this half. Same type of formation. Might expect same type of play, and it is. Up the middle. Wolf this time is into the end zone. 3rd time's the charm for Jake Wolf from 2 yards out for the Montour score.
That's their guy. Jake Wolf punches it in. He was stopped short on 1st and 2nd down, and it wasn't going to happen a 3rd time. He's too big and too physical around the goal line to be stopped that many times in a row.
A big-time runner for Montour, who entered today with 139 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. A little bit of an odd formation to start, but now everybody bunches back in to kick the extra point, which almost was blocked, but up and good as Deans once again almost got in on the action. Tried to block it. 35-25, let's go down to Hannah on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, you really see Jake Wolf coming on. He's been so fun to watch in this game. And believe it or not, as a freshman, he actually didn't even play quarterback. But Coach Ciro called him in the offseason and said, you're going to play quarterback. And he ended up starting, and he kept on getting better and better and loves the offense that they play in now because they get to throw the ball a little bit more. So it's exciting for him. And as a freshman at the JV level, he did play a little bit because of some injuries, but it's awesome to see his growth knowing he didn't even have experience until his sophomore year. But he also has a 4.4 GPA, so it's no surprise that he's learned very quickly.
Big-time performer on the field, in the classroom. It seems like wherever Jake Wolf goes, success follows.
Well, you got to be smart to play quarterback, especially to pick up the offense in a short amount of time like Hannah just brought up. You know, and his reps over the years, over the past few years, have clearly shown because he's got a hang of this thing.
So Montour will kick it away. 6:17 left in this third quarter of play. Would not expect to see an onside kick again. South Fayette definitely looking for it and booted deep. Deans lets it bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
And just like that, Austin, it's a 10-point game again. It seemed like South Fayette was pulling away with this. We got ourselves a ball game.
Not so much back and forth in terms of who has the lead, but we've seen on so many occasions in this game just answer after answer after answer after points on the other side.
You're right. And I expect this to be a one-possession ball game going into the fourth quarter. I think it's going to go down to the wire.
So now it's the Lions' turn once again on offense, led by Lamondi, the senior quarterback at 6'1" and 185 pounds. Has been a dynamic passer, runner, and is connected with all 4 of his main targets today at wide receiver. Sends Travis Watkins, the tight end, in motion. Lamondi hands it off. Deans gets a couple yards on first down, and will be about 2nd down and 7.
You know, Austin, pregame we talked about our players to watch. Jake Wolf for Montour and Nate Deans for South Fayette. So far, that's right on the money.
You crushed that one.
I know, it's a we thing.
But those have been the most dynamic guys, the big play guys here tonight.
Yeah, Lamondi's been great as well.
That if you did not know their name before tonight's game, you definitely do now. Completion taken to the 25-yard line on the reception for Dom Mons. Before Battles eventually brings him down. Only gets a couple, though. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for South Fayette. Big play here for Montour to try to stop him and get the ball back. And we saw in the first half this South Fayette offense really up-tempo, wanting to move very fast. Now taking their time a little bit to get set on 3rd down. Lamondi in the shotgun. 3 receivers far side. They hand it off. Deans got it. Right past the 30. Give him the 31. Needed 5, got 6 for a first.
You know, Austin, you think about our overall themes and the keys to victory that we talked about pregame. For Montour, the first one was play complementary football. We talked about that their defense hasn't shown up yet this season. And that's still a pattern and trend here tonight as they haven't been able to stop anything from South Fayette.
Their offense is very dynamic, but at the same time, the defense just not able to help them out as much as possible. Mons with it. Misdirection play, far side of the field. Only gets about 1. But very critical, obviously, to be able to get those stops, especially because South Fayette has been the team that has been in front the entire game, basically.
Yep, and that's why it's so important that South Fayette has a great run game and relies on that in this next quarter and a half.
Two receivers each side for Lamondi. Looking to go deep. Now escapes. Pass is out of bounds and incomplete. We'll set up 3rd down and 10.
They tried the fake screen and go there on the boundary sideline. Try to catch Montour sleeping, and Montour played it perfectly.
So you wonder, on the last formation for Montour, for South Fayette rather, 2 guys went deep, 2 guys on just little curl routes on a short play. Just decision for Lamondi which way he wanted to go. And nothing of his liking. As Knox goes in motion. Right to left. 2 receivers each side now. Lamondi swings it on over to Deans. Nate Deans at the 35. Not enough for a first as Montour gets the stop that it needed.
That's huge for Montour. Finally, their defense gets a stop, and now they'll put the ball back in the hands of Jake Wolf and give him an opportunity to bring this deficit a little bit closer.
2 men are back deep for Montour. Batch and Fitzpatrick both standing at the 30-yard line. Punt is away and in the direction of Batch. Batch looks to return it and gets a couple yards from where he caught it at the 35. Forward progress will actually put him right there at the 35-yard line. 35-25. South Fayette leads Montour right here on the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine.
Panera's You Pick 2 means when part of you wants crispy, crunchy, fresh, and part of you wants melty, smoky, peppery. Both yous win big. You pick 2 and get more. Cater your next event with Panera.
We raised $5,000!
When you purchase life insurance and annuity products from GBU Life, you also have more opportunities to give back to your community. GBU matches donations you make up to $1,000 per member.
I have GBU Life Insurance. Oh, wow.
I have a GBU youth policy.
Whoa.
We've got GBU annuities.
Hey!
Our $5,000 just turned into $10,000. That's a lot of big checks.
Find out more at gbu.org.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready? Ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
This Saturday, tune in at KDKA Plus as the PAC D3 college football season kicks off with the Geneva Golden Tornadoes facing the Allegheny Gators for a 1 p.m. kickoff, only on KDKA Plus.
Welcome back to Montour. 3:08 remains in the 3rd quarter of play. 10-point lead for South Fayette. First down and 10 for Wolf. He hands it off up the middle. Not that much running room for Caden Hallijoe. He gets 2 yards to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Travis Watkins was in there on the tackle defensively for South Fayette. He's been very active around the ball defensively and also at the tight end position on the offensive side.
Yeah, he's doing all the dirty work for the Lions. Some things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but earns the respect of your teammates.
Wolf hands it off. Hallijoe gets to the 41. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Dean's made the tackle for the South Fayette Lions, who right now are kind of liking what they're seeing on the Montour side, just running the clock. It continues to burn a little bit of the clock out of the way. Obviously, the running game's so important as the pass is caught. Running past midfield, the 45-40, still on his feet is Platts down at the 35. Caleb Platts on the quick passing play from Jake Wolf into South Fayette territory.
Little pooch pass there. I love it. Platts just sat down right in the soft spot of their zone, and Wolf got it to him in a hurry.
Quickly to the line. Wolf in the shotgun. Quarterback run. Wolf up the middle. Makes a couple guys miss. Tackled down by Watkins again at the 30. But he picks up about 6. Marabati makes the tackle. Second down and 4. Ball at the 29-yard line of South Fayette. 2 receivers line up each side for Wolf. Middle of the field again. Pass is caught by Platts. And he gets another Montour first down.
If South Fayette is just going to sit in that soft cover 4 zone, then Montour's just going to march right down the field and throw 7-yard pass after 8-yard pass, 10-yard pass. And Jake Wolf is just taking all the completions he can get.
Wolf, misdirection play. Batch has it. South Fayette read it really well. Batch trying to get away past the 20. Continues to stay on his feet past the 15 to the 10-yard line. Daniel Batch got away from everybody that read the play well for South Fayette and picks up another Montour first down.
Great effort by Matt Boyce on the edge to stay home and be disciplined. He was in perfect position on the reverse. He just wasn't fast enough to keep contained, and Batch got around the corner.
First down and goal with the ball at the 10-yard line for Wolf. Quarterback run again, up the middle. Wolf bounces it near side of the field. Wolf dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Montour. Jake Wolf from 10 yards out cuts it to a 4-point game.
Jake Wolf can throw it. He can run it. He's doing it all for the Spartans tonight. Great vision and patience on this run here. That run is not designed for him to bounce it outside. He was patient, didn't see a hole, and used his athleticism to get around the corner and just get the pylon.
Odd situation for the formation for Montour, and similar to what we saw in the last time that they kicked the extra point. Just kind of line up on either side, and then eventually everybody converged back to the middle to kick it away and right through the uprights. We have a one-score game, 35-32. What a game tonight, Johnny, at Montour.
What a game, you know, and just like that, we're down to a 3-point game. You know, last quarter it seemed like South Fayette was pulling away, and this wasn't going to be close in the second half, but Montour has rallied back, and you love to see it. The energy's back in the stadium. Montour, they're excited on their sideline, and now we got to see if they can get another stop on the South Fayette offense.
And it's pretty cool to see a rivalry game. 2 teams, 2 districts, separated by about 15 minutes for it to be this close. It's not like that in all rivalries in the WPIAL.
You know, Montour and South Fayette both know that South Fayette has won the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams. And that, you know, Montour is trying to end that tonight.
And Jake Wolf has been just a huge, huge reason why. At quarterback, Coach Ciro told us he's one of the best athletes early in the entire school. The senior at 6'2", 195. Took it in from 10 yards out. Called his own number. And it's a field goal game with 12 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Deep kickoff will go into the end zone. South Fayette will have it at the 20. So bring out Lamondi again, and just, man, what can you say about these two quarterbacks tonight, Lamonde and Wolf?
They've really impressed me. Both of them have. You know, they've been mobile. They've thrown it all over the yard, getting everybody involved, multiple targets, and they have both their teams in a good position here to win this game.
A classic game, a classic shootout between these two teams. As Deans goes up the middle, lots of running room. Deans spins his way to the 30. And he's got enough for South Fayette. First down as the quarter expires. Let's go to the fourth. 35-32. South Fayette leads Montour. A lot of football still to go. Right here on the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine on KDKA+.
Are you an aspiring entrepreneur, a dreamer with a passion for success? With Koza Law Group, your journey starts now. Whether you're dreaming of a small startup or envisioning a global empire, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Starting a business shouldn't be scary. It's about embracing the spirit of innovation, taking calculated risks, and believing in your potential to make a difference. We are more than just legal advisors. We are redefining legal services. Contact us today to experience the Koza Law difference.
Here at Loway, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Loway is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
I'm Andy Sheehan. I'm the lead investigator with KDKA Investigates. I live in Pittsburgh. I've raised my kids here. For decades now, I've worked trying to uncover wrongs. We looked at the quality of water here. We found dangerous levels of lead in the water. We dug further. The city's water authority took action. And today, they have replaced more than half of the lead service lines throughout the entire city of Pittsburgh. We uncover a problem. We get answers, positive change for you and your family.
12 minutes of football left in regulation. 35-32, high above Montour High School. As the Spartans and Lions are doing battle, rivalry game, third game of the season, right here on KDKA+. Ready for play. South Fayette with the ball at their own 30. First down and 10. Two receivers line up each side. As the fourth quarter begins, Lamonde, designated run, up the middle. Not much there, maybe gets about a yard. But the ball comes out, and Montour's running with it. It was ruled down by contact. Montour sideline looking over to the officials and questioning what's going on, as currently Dylan Rogers has his hands up in the end zone. But it will go down as a 1-yard pickup, and Lamonde down by contact.
Whew. You can exhale if you're the South Fayette Lions. That would have changed everything.
Second down. Two receivers line up each side, and Dean's the back. Hand off to Deans. Up the middle. Falls forward past the 35 to about the 37-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36.
This upcoming third down is huge. One of the most important plays of the game so far. The last thing South Fayette wants to do is go 3 and out and put the ball back in the hands of Jake Wolf and the Montour Spartans.
Platts was in there on the tackle. So here we go. Third down and 4. Ball at the 37. Deans goes in motion. Lamonde looking deep down the field, near side for Jamigliano, and it's intercepted. Daniel Batch takes it away. And Montour helps set up another turnover, but the first interception of the game, Nico Lamont, picked off as Batch at 6 foot goes up and takes it away from the 6'2" Gimigliano.
That is textbook by Batch. We've called his name a few times tonight on the offensive side of the field, and he makes probably the biggest play of the game so far from either defensive side.
A huge, huge play for Montour, and that sideline's fired up.
Perfect execution by him. He was in the hip pocket of the receiver, turned around, was in perfect position, and high pointed the ball. You can't do it better than that.
So here's Wolf in the offense with Halajo, the back, standing to his right. Ball at the near side hash. Fake the handoff. Wolf rolling out near side, and pass is complete. He finds Batch, but it's rolled incomplete.
Now Montour has all the momentum in the world here.
Knox was the one who helped to force him out of bounds. So 2nd down and 10. Four-man defensive line for South Fayette. As up the middle, Wolf does not get much at all. Maybe 2-3 yards to the 36. And 3rd down and long coming up.
3rd and long here. If I'm on tour, you got to put the ball in the hands, obviously, of Wolf, but allow him to drop back, read the defense, and if he doesn't like anything, tuck it and run with it. He's shown the ability to run and pass so far tonight, and I expect a big play out of him here. He seemed to answer the bell every single time that his number's been called.
And on the defensive line, South Fayette looking to make a play. Matt Boyce, Shane Berger, some of their biggest players. Wolf looking deep down the field. He's got a man. Fitzpatrick, he's got it. Fitzpatrick past the 20-yard line, near the 15. He's dragged down at the 16. Jake Wolf finds Keno Fitzpatrick on 3rd down and moves the chains inside the red zone.
The fake screen and go. Fitzpatrick acted like he was blocking for the screen pass and just ran right up the rail past the defenders and right by everybody, and Wolf put it on the money.
So now with 9:30 left to go in regulation, Montour looking to try to take the lead. Wolf, quarterback run up the middle, follows his blocking and is dragged down inside the 15-yard line. Gets about 3. Mazenko helps to make the tackle along with Shane Berger. 9 minutes to go.
Twice in the first quarter, that South Fayette defense had the bend but not break mentality and stopped them in the red zone. Let's see if they can do it again.
Wolf, incomplete. Dropped by Fitzpatrick. And it'll set up 3rd down. A play that really did not have that much open room in front of it, but still could have picked up a little bit and made this a little bit more of a 3rd and manageable. James Bundridge runs onto the field at wide receiver for Montour. Has the cast on his right hand. He's the receiver to the farthest on the far side of the field. Wolf, quarterback run in an empty gun. Up the middle, does not get the 1st down. He makes his way to the 10. Got 4 halfway there.
They're going to try to tie it up here, send him on the field goal unit.
And the decision being made to tie this game instead of be aggressive and try to punch it in, but with 4th down and 5, probably the right call.
I agree. So far this second half, Montour has been able to slow down that South Fayette offense.
Right.
We called on their defense to stop, and they've got a few stops.
Here's Matt Marcinko. The kick is up and good. We are tied at Montour High School with 8:04 to go. South Fayette, Montour, 35 all. Let's take a break on the Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine on KDKA+.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Fermanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 5 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School football broadcast.
At 2 Men and a Truck, we'll treat you and your belongings like we'd treat our own grandmas.
Here we go. Welcome.
Whether we're moving you across town or even across the country.
Back here at Montour, 35 all between South Fayette and Montour. Let's send it down to the sideline in Hannah Mears.
Guys, you saw Keno Fitzpatrick make that big catch to set up the game-tying kick, and South Fayette coach Joe Rossi knew Keno was going to be a problem tonight. He said, when I coached at Oakmont, I coached at Riverview, and his dad, Big Keno, was my defensive coordinator, and little Keno grew up on my sidelines, and I told my wife that Keno's having a nice year. He was good last year, but this year he's a different player. Him and Batch are home run targets for them. We've got to put the clamps on, and I'm sure he's doubling down on that opinion right now.
Really is a small world, and everybody in the community all throughout the WPIAL have so many connections, and cool to hear about that one. Thanks, Anna. So 8:04 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. 35-35, and now it's South Fayette's turn to possess the ball. What do you want to see, Johnny?
You know, South Fayette has stalled out. I don't think they've gotten a first down their last 2 drives. So we talked all first half about South Fayette's offense and Montour's ability to not stop them. And, you know, that is reversed so far here in the second half. They desperately need a first down to get some momentum and get that clock rolling and make a drive here.
Deans on the option play goes up the middle, lined up as the quarterback in the Wildcat, and carries for just a couple.
You know, sometimes you see when teams get a little bit of a lead, they get complacent and they start to get comfortable and they play not to lose.
Yeah.
And South Fayette has let Montour right back in this game.
In what seemed like so one-sided in South Fayette's direction, the momentum has completely shifted towards the Spartans.
1,000%.
3 receivers line up near side, 1 far side. Lamondi on 2nd down and 8. Looks far side of the field, and the pass is incomplete, looking for Deans. A lot of contact there, but no flag is called as the coverage on the play was, I think it was Kaden Halajo.
Yeah, running back on running back.
Yeah, Halajo there was on the coverage. So 3rd down and 8 for South Fayette. Their last big play truly was the fake punt.
You're right. You're right. That's the last first down they got, too.
Before eventually scoring. But now 3rd and 8 at the 22. Lamondi has some time. Rolls out far side. Now stumbles backwards and throws it to the line of scrimmage. Incomplete as the pressure started to collapse in.
And they're going to throw the flag. The ref thought about it there. I think it's going to be intentional grounding. Yep.
Yeah, looks like it. Elijah White was the defender that pressured Lamondi. Lost it down, and here's 4th down.
That's going to back them up even further. Montour has everything going for them in this second half.
Still a little bit of a discussion. There was a receiver in the area. Regardless, it's going to be 4th down. but what's the yardage? As it was ruled intentional grounding. And here comes the punt team.
If you're South Fayette, you desperately need a good punt here. They're going to be punting out of their own end zone, and Montour is going to be set up with great field position trying to take the lead here.
The ball will be snapped on South Fayette's own 6-yard line for Nicholson to try to get it away. He does, and it's a good punt. Collected by Batch. Batch falls forward past the 35. Markham at the 34. And a great spot for the Montour offense to set up with 6:50 to go. Now, Johnny, let's take a look at our Koza lineman of the game, who has been dominating in the trenches.
Matt Boyce has been showing up on both sides of the ball, making holes for Nate Deans on offense and also causing havoc on the defensive line. We saw him string out that reverse that Montour ran last quarter, but he's been making tackles all over the field. He's South Fayette's leading tackler, and he's holding it down in the trenches for the Lions tonight.
He has been absolutely fantastic, and I'd like to apologize to Matt Boyce. I called him Boyle a couple of times, but he's been somebody that everybody will know his name after today's game. He's been awesome for South Fayette up front. Handoff taken for another run from Halajo that is very positive, goes for 10. As Deans is the one that pushes him out. I'm going to say it was maybe a 9-yard pickup for Halajo. 2nd down and 1, ball at the 25. So Wolf in the offense, looking to try to punch it in again in the shotgun. Design quarterback run. Wolf falls forward to the 21. Gets the 1st down.
If you're Montour, you don't want to settle for a field goal here because you're going to give the ball back after scoring to South Fayette, and they're only going to have a couple minutes left to make something happen. If you leave it to a field goal game, that leaves a large chunk of field that South Fayette won't have to go.
1st down and 10 at the 22. Wolf looking towards the end zone, far side of the field, and the pass is incomplete. Was looking deep down the field, intended for Bundridge, and just out of bounds. 2nd down and 10.
I don't know if I like that play call there, Austin. I don't think there was a need to take a shot to the end zone. They got all the time here. They got all their timeouts. There's no rush to score right now.
And the offense has been, really efficient in the middle of the field as Wolf will take it that way. And this time the South Fayette defensive line right there at the point of attack, including Berger, Boyce, Haviland, all there.
There's our boy Boyce again.
Travis Watkins also converged there too. So here we go, 3rd and 8. 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Tied at 35.
What more could you ask for? This is a perfect situation.
Electric game. And a chance for Wolf to make a big-time play, which he's done so much today. Wolf escapes and is sacked. South Fayette collapses in on him. Guess who, Johnny? Matt Boyce. Johnny on the spot. Right in a great position.
Well, I'm glad we just announced him for lineman of the game, and he's holding that standard high.
Matt Boyce earning that recognition as now Montour is out to attempt a long field goal. This will be from 39 yards away for Matt Marcinko. He's been perfect on his attempts today, field goals and extra points. From 39 yards up, the kick is high, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. South Fayette holds as a 39-yarder is no good. Montour cannot capitalize. 5:03 to go. It's South Fayette ball.
Jeez, Austin, you talk about momentum swings. Just when we thought that nothing could stop Montour's offense from scoring, they stall out again in the red zone, and they missed the field goal, coming away with nothing after starting that drive in great field position.
And a play on special teams, which makes the difference. And Marcinko has just been so good, but was just not able. He had the distance, but could not find the inside of the uprights.
And now South Fayette has the ball back, the whole field to drive, but they have 5 minutes to score and put, maybe an ending to this game.
First down and 10 for Lamondi. Looks near side of the field. The pass is incomplete. Kind of a good thing that it was, because Elijah was right there to make the tackle as Dom Mons was the intended receiver.
Yeah, if Mons would have caught that, they probably would have lost yards anyways.
Yeah.
You're right. It was good that it was incomplete.
So that works out in South Fayette's favor. Second down. Ball at the 20. Two receivers line up each side. Dean's the running back standing to the left of Lamondi. 4:58 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Tied at 35. Handoff goes to Deans. Deans, open running room. Past the 25, past the 30. And he falls forward right at the 30-yard line. He gets 10 and moves the chains.
Man, he gets to that second and third level quick.
Ton of explosiveness and speed from Deans.
He finds the hole and he hits it, going north and south with momentum.
Empty backfield, Lamondi, middle of the field, juggled and incomplete, looking for Deans on a slant route, lined up as a slot receiver. And South Fayette also pretty lucky there that Deans did not bobble that ball up to a defender.
Yeah, you're right. There's that option route again that we saw in the first half by Deans. And he's taking advantage of the mismatch. At least South Fayette thinks it's a mismatch, putting him against a one-on-one coverage situation with the Montour Spartan.
So second down and 10. Ball at the 31. Knox goes in motion. They hand it off to Deans, trying to bounce it outside, and nothing there. As Nino DeMichael is the one that made the stop, and there is a player down for South Fayette. And that injured player appears to be Nate Deans. As they attend to Deans, well, let's step aside right here on KDKA Plus.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Good to see Deans able to walk off the field under his own power. Always a good thing to see. No help from the training staff. But he will not be out there on this critical third down and long.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse so far tonight. Exactly what we expected, and he's having a great game himself. But it'll be interesting to see where South Fayette goes here on third down.
Needing to get to the 41 to pick up a first. Shotgun formation for Lamondi.
Chimigliano's got to step up.
Lamondi under pressure and taken down. Robert Gardner, the senior captain defensive lineman, collapses in on Lamondi and sets up fourth down.
It's been offense all game, Austin. Until these last few drives in the fourth quarter, these defenses are starting to play.
The offense has stalled in the last couple of minutes, especially in the fourth quarter, other than Montour's early strikes. So now Nicholson will punt. Fitzpatrick and Batch are back. Decent punt in the direction of Fitzpatrick. Oh, and it hits. Looks like it hit one of the Montour players.
It did. Wow, Montour is lucky to get on top of that ball. That could have been another special teams game changer.
I think that hit Nino DeMichael, number 2. So we'll take another look at it. But very, very close to being an unfortunate play. Just by blocking, and that would have been the case. If South Fayette would have fallen on it, it would have been Lions football.
Very smart and aware play by Keno Fitzpatrick to jump on top of it. He saved his teammate right there.
So first down and 10. 3:25 remains in this game. It's been everything that you could ask for and more. From 4A Montour, 5A South Fayette, a rivalry game between two undefeated teams at 2-0. Who wants to stay in the ranks of the unbeaten? Montour will have its chance to have its say with great field position at the 34-yard line of South Fayette.
I feel like this whole fourth quarter we've been in South Fayette territory.
It really has felt like that. As the pass is caught, Fitzpatrick has some running room. Fitzpatrick spins his way close to a first down. A.J. Alston. No, that is Fitzpatrick. 5s and 6 can sometimes look pretty similar, but Fitzpatrick is the one that makes the reception and makes it second down and about 2 to go. 3 minutes to go.
It's a great play on first down, getting positive yardage, getting ahead of the sticks, and now they can run anything they want.
Wolf, quarterback run. Bounces it a couple of times. Wolf to the 20-yard line. Gets a first down to the 19.
So here we are again, in the fringe red zone. Seems like Montour has had a habit of stalling out right here. Let's see if they can fix that and capitalize and go in and take the lead.
And Johnny, you would think that Montour is going to take their time. Good field position inside the red zone. And you got to also wonder, when does South Fayette decide to start using some of their 3 timeouts?
That's a great point, Austin. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. With under 2.5 to play, we'll see the strategy here.
Wolf, quarterback run again, up the middle. Wolf past the 15, down at the 13. Gain of about 5. Two minutes and change, still to go. Both sides with all their timeouts.
Ideally, they don't want to leave South Fayette any time with the ball after they score here, hopefully. They'd like to score with under 30 seconds to go if they time it up perfectly.
So 2nd and 5. 3 receivers line up on the far side, 1 to the near side. You wonder if this will just be Wolf's to carry. It is. Wolf up the middle, past the 10-yard line, and looks to be enough to get to the 8 and moves the chains, which will set up first down and goal.
I think everybody in the stadium knows who's getting the ball, and that's Jake Wolf, and South Fayette still can't do anything about it, and he moves the chains again.
And a timeout taken by South Fayette. So there's that first timeout, and we'll take a break with them right here on KDKA Plus, tied up at 35.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBU Life.
What does it do?
It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends.
What's so great about that?
My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBU Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more.
Oh.
You might be interested in a GBU Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Are you an aspiring entrepreneur, a dreamer with a passion for success? With Koza Law Group, your journey starts now. Whether you're dreaming of a small startup or envisioning a global empire, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Starting a business shouldn't be scary. It's about embracing the spirit of innovation, taking calculated risks, and believing in your potential to make a difference. We are more than just legal advisors. We are redefining legal services. Contact us today to experience the Koza Law difference.
This Saturday, tune in at KDKA Plus as the PAC D3 college football season kicks off with the Geneva Golden Tornadoes facing the Allegheny Gators for a 1 p.m. kickoff, only on KDKA Plus.
You can now get more local news on KDKA Plus. More breaking news.
Residents are being asked to stay outside of their house.
More community stories. More weather.
A couple of funnel clouds were spotted.
Weekdays at 12:30 on KDKA Plus.
35, 1:30 still to go between Montour and South Fayette. A classic game in 2023.
We were expecting a high-scoring game tonight, and that's exactly what we got. Both teams averaged 36 points a game, and they're almost right on the mark. We'll see if somebody can go over that tonight.
Whippeal High School football at its finest. Here we go. Jake Wolf decides to keep it. Wolf bounces it outside. Now inside, Wolf spins to about the 6-yard line. He gets a couple, and South Fayette will call its second timeout. So you expect South Fayette to continually use timeouts to try to stop the clock.
Yeah, because at this point, only a minute left, a minute and change. Some people would say to let them score so you can get more time to at least try to tie it. The last thing you want is Montour scoring with no time left. But since Montour can't get another first down, they got to stop them second and third down and then force Montour to make a decision whether they're going to go for it on fourth down or kick a field goal to win the game. Obviously, they kick a field goal and go up by 3 with less than a minute to play.
Now, Montour did attempt a 39-yard field goal that they missed, but earlier on in this game, remember, a 27-yarder was good, a 25-yarder was good, and you're right in that range that's what you'd be looking at right now.
Yeah, in high school football, field goals aren't guaranteed.
No, not at all. So Wolf trying to punch it in. Up the middle. Wolf to the 2, to the 1, to the goal line. Jake Wolf. Touchdown, Montour. The Spartans take the lead with 1:17 to go.
Jake Wolf again. He was not going to be denied. Inside the red zone, everybody knows they're calling his number. He's getting the ball, and there's nothing anybody could do to stop it.
What a big-time player in big-time moments.
That's what they say, right?
That's what leaders, that's what captains do. And for Jake Wolf to be able to basically on that drive just do it all himself. His number was called on pretty much every single play as the extra point is up and good. What a comeback from Montour. It's 42-35.
Is this their first lead tonight?
Early on in the game, South Fayette was leading pretty much the entire way. After the fumble by Deans, Montour kicked the field goal, right? So it was 3-0.
I think this is their first lead since 3-0.
First lead since 3-0. And it's the first lead since way early in the first quarter. And as Renegade plays over the sound system at Montour, decked out in black and gold for their uniforms, a very fitting song to play for their defense to come out onto the field looking to try to stop South Fayette from tying this one up and officially put this one in the books and move to 3-0.
Well, if Montour's defense ever needed to step up, right now is the time. South Fayette is going to be forced to throw the ball downfield with Lamondi because we don't know about the health of Deans. And right now is not the best situation to run the ball anyways. They got to get chunk yards and fast.
It's getting loud in the stadium at Montour as the ball is kicked off into the end zone. It will bounce to the 20-yard line. Nico Lamondi and the offense. Here we go. What can we see from Michael Gimigliano, Noah Knox, Dom Mons, Nate Deans? Who wants to step up and make a big play?
Gimigliano had the hot hand in the first half. Lamondi targeted him a lot towards the boundary here in isolation. I think that's going to be his guy on this drive.
First down and 10 for Lamondi. Deans is the running back. Lamondi starting to feel the pressure, rolls out and falls to the ground as the defense comes home. What a play made. Caden Hallijoe for the sack as the clock continues to run. One time out, South Fayette elects not to use it right now. Needing a touchdown to tie it. Under a minute. Second and 20. Lamondi feeling the pressure again. Steps up. Throws deep down the field. No one home. was looking for Martinsik, who entered the day with no receptions to his name. It's third and forever.
Third and forever. This is a perfect situation for Montour to close out this game. It's going to be hard for South Fayette to convert this one, but they have 2 downs to do it. They have third and fourth down.
So you want to get a good chunk on third down so it's not fourth and forever.
Yeah, but you don't need to go for all of it right now.
Right. Lamondi has time. Now scrambles right side. Throws middle of the field, and the pass is
oh my
caught.
Gosh.
What a grab by Michael Gimigliano.
Never mind, they can go for all of it right now. They got a first down on one play.
And a timeout called by South Fayette. What a play by Lamondi to escape, keep his vision downfield, and for Michael Gimigliano to just find an open area in the middle of the field to make the grab, go to the ground. And right now, South Fayette still with a really good chance right now. Ball at the 36, 37.
One of the golden rules for quarterback is to never throw across your body. When you're rolling out, throwing back towards the field. And that's what Lamondi did anyway, but it worked right over the outstretched hand of DeMichael. Man, that was awesome to see.
33 seconds remain. As there was a bad snap, Lamondi picks it up. Has to get rid of it. Scrambles out far side of the field. Heaves it deep down the field in double coverage, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Knox at about the 25-yard line. And with 21 seconds left, it'll be second down and 10, but it could have been a lot worse.
It's probably the worst time for that to happen. That hasn't happened all night. A botched snap. The most inopportune time.
There's been a lot of high snaps, but nothing that was completely off the mark like that one. Lamondi, pass is caught at the 50-yard line. Move is made. Still going past the 40, and now dragged down is Martinsik with 11 seconds left, having to get up to the line.
Got to call timeout.
South Fayette has one left.
Now they got 8 seconds to throw a Hail Mary or do some kind of trick play.
And the timeout with 11 seconds is the final used by South Fayette at the 36. So, Johnny, what do you look to try to do here? Try to get closer and set up not so much of a Hail Mary type of play.
Well, we're about at the 40-yard line. I don't even know if Lamondi can make it to the end zone from here. I mean, that's a far ways away. But with 8 seconds left, maybe you have time to run, a 10-yard out, quickly step out of bounds, and then you get a closer shot to the end zone. Either way, Montour will be playing soft coverage here. So if you're South Fayette, you'd like to think that you can eat up a little bit of cushion from those receivers, make a quick completion, quickly step out of bounds, and then have a last-second shot at the end zone.
42-35, Montour out in front. Ball at the 35, 11 seconds left for Nico Lamondi. In the shotgun with 3 receivers lined up near side, 1 far side. Lamondi escapes the pressure. 7 seconds, fires, passes, incomplete. At the 10, broken up by A.J. Alston. 4 seconds left, it's the last play of the game coming up. Play clock at 25. South Fayette taking its time getting back to the line of scrimmage. Montour with 4 defenders either at the 20-yard line or past it.
And that's smart. You want to keep everything in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you.
Here we go, last play of the game. Lamondi rolls out to his right. Heaves it. Incomplete. The pressure got to him as Montour comes back to defeat their rivals, the South Fayette Lions. The Spartans move to 3-0 and defeat South Fayette here on the Steel City High School Football Showcase.
What a comeback. Earlier in the pregame, we said South Fayette has won the last 5 matchups between these teams, and Montour just ended that streak tonight. And they're riding high. They're celebrating here at home at Montour Stadium. What a comeback. You know, Jake Wolf being the leader of that comeback. He did it all tonight on the ground and in the air, but it was a great team effort. The defense stepped up big time for Montour. Wow, what a game. It had everything.
And so much celebration on the field. It continues for Montour. Let's send it down to Hannah.
Can I go shake hands real quick?
Jake, it's really hard to even describe what's happening here. Your students are rushing the field. You finally got South Fayette after they beat you guys 5 straight games. What made the difference tonight after being down 10 at the half?
You know, all of our coaches, Coach Buck, Coach Sherrod, the whole coaching staff, Coach Labrie, all the coaches put in a great game plan, Coach Drummer, and it was great. Coach Lou's 200th win, so it's a great victory, you know what I'm saying?
Congratulations to Coach Lou, and what better way to win than seeing every unit step up? Offense, defense, special teams, everybody made a play in that second half. What's the potential of this team moving forward?
It's just great whenever everyone executes and does their job. Our O-line did great, our defense did great, my skills made plays, defense did good, and we had a great game plan, and we just all came out and played our hardest.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns for you tonight. Congratulations. Congratulations to Coach Lou. Go celebrate and shake hands. I know that was important to you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Hannah. The 200th career win for Coach Lucero here at Montour. And it comes in just a huge, huge game to be able to beat their rivals in comeback fashion. 42-35. Johnny, this game had it all.
It had it all. Lead changes, turnovers, momentum, long drives, explosive plays. You couldn't have asked for anything more. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I had a blast.
A fantastic game with so many highlights that you can make sure to find on our Steel City High School Football Showcase presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. Social media pages throughout the next couple of days. And just an all-around great performance. High school football at its absolute finest in the WPIAL. As South Fayette was coasting going into the second half. But remember, that touchdown by Montour, very critical before the end of the first half. But it was the show. Hold on by Jake Wolf. So impressive in the way that he was able to do it with his arm, do it with his legs. And the collective of this team of Montour to stay together, the leadership that Wolf displayed, incredible to see from Montour. Congratulations to them, and a very hard-fought effort from the South Fayette Lions. Thank you to everybody who made this broadcast possible. For Jake Mislinchik and Ryan Milan, the director and producer in our production truck, and everyone else who made this broadcast possible. For Hannah Mears on the sideline and Johnny Patrician, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Montour. The final score, 42-35. The Montour Spartans defeat the South Fayette Lions right here on the Steel City High School Football Showcase, presented by UPMC Sports Medicine on KDKA+.